What's happening here that's not happening anyplace else?
I mean, the competitive level starts at 4 years old.
Classic rivalry.
Hall of Fame type coaches, great personalities.
All three schools, though, they changed the game of college football.
Florida State Seminole, Miami Hurricanes,
Florida Gators.
You want to dominate your opponents and you want to get stoned, make sure that you roll up.
What's happening here that's not happening anyplace else?
I mean, the competitive level starts at 4 years old.
Classic rivalry.
It's the roll up, it's the vibes. Another beautiful day in the Sunshine State. It's Silk, and I'm kicking it with the illest. Larion, CJ, what it do?
What's up, man? Coolin'. Coming off one of them, people always cornerly say, like, at work on Monday, the weekend went by too fast. Yeah. That's really how mine was. Crazy sleep pattern. Next thing you know, it was Monday. I was like, bro, this really was a shitty fucking weekend. Nothing went good, but here I am.
Sleep is good.
It was just, but now it wasn't just sleeping, but it was just kind of with my work schedule. You know, I work overnight, so like, what good is it being up at 2 a.m.? Like, you pop up at 2 a.m. There ain't nothing to do at 2 a.m., man. Hang out by myself. Watch Game of Thrones again.
In South Florida, the party just started at 2 a.m.
Well, I ain't south enough. I got 3 hours to get down there. Yeah. 2 a.m. around here, everything's shutting down. It's time. It's closing time. Get y'all ass out of here. So yeah, it was just weird. Just all out of sync, but it's all good, man. Happy to be here podding. With my guys, man. Y'all get butterflies ever still doing this?
Nah, man. I get excited. CJ, what it do, man? How you doing? How you feeling?
Chilling, fellas. Chilling. Beautiful day in Tampa. It's been sunny as hell out here. Been down here since Sunday. And it was like 90 degrees out here. It was crazy yesterday. It was like peak summer around here. But it's natural now, man. It's second nature.
I wouldn't say, but I think I get anxious. I wouldn't say butterflies. Until we start rolling. It's weird. Every time until we start rolling. And then I'm good.
Gotcha. Now, I'd be excited, man. Like CJ said, I'll be looking forward to these shows each and every week. Every pod I'm on, man, I'll be ready to connect with the people. And how I'll be trying to see if the show gonna play out how I had it in my mind throughout the week when I was trolling and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We got a big show on the way. A lot of recruiting updates. A lot of spring football updates. We're bringing on Tegan Gaan from Ecoverse. They're building our new platform, our new website. We're going to bring her on to kick it with us and share some of her info and let y'all know what the deeds is and what's going on with the new platform, man. And also, man, just a lot of moves in the big three, a lot of trolling, a lot of activity, some commits to Michigan that affecting maybe the Miami quarterback board. We'll talk about that a little bit. But before we get into that, man, shout out to the great folks at takeavaycay.com. Be sure to visit takeavaycay.com. Like my man Frank Ocean said, marijuana is just a cheap vacation, man. So visit Take a Vacay, purchase this cheap vacay. They got vapes in the flavors of cherry pie, bubblegum OG for the OGs, Blue Dream, and Shroud Nana. They have gummies in the flavor of blue raspberry, kiwi, watermelon, and pomegranate. If you're not into THC, they have natural products, a sleepy gummy, which is derived of ashwagandha, lemon balm, melatonin, and other natural botanicals. TakeAVacay.com, use coupon code ROLLUP at checkout for 15% off. It's a cheap vacation, man. Pop a gummy, smoke a vape. Y'all know the vibes. Time to roll up, fellas. Big three talk. Oh, no, we're going to do it. Let's do Teagues first. Y'all want to do Teagues?
Now, real quick before we go on, I want to mention something in regards to the tailgate we got going for the spring game. FSU fans, if you're going to pull up to Tallahassee, I had a lot of people hit me up about hotels and stuff like that, about the spring game tailgate in general. Well, if you guys look in the comments, I have the link provided. If you want to go ahead and purchase your ticket for the tailgate, go ahead and do it early, man. Don't be like the Oklahoma game. We try to make moves last minute. It was just pretty much, not feasible to make it happen. So jump on it early. I don't think this would be as hectic as the Oklahoma Bowl game. Be more relaxed, more chill, a lot more, family vibes. We back in Doak with it. So yeah, definitely come pull up. It's going to be a good time. We also in the works of throwing an event that Friday. I get more information to you guys out pretty soon. But you guys are pretty much you'll enjoy that event. It'll be some incentives and stuff like that, like a coupon code, use my name or something to get a free drink and things like that. So got some stuff going for Friday if it pushes through. So, and I want to carry this over to the fall as well. So it's going to be some interesting stuff going on as far as just weekends in Tallahassee. We want to make it an eventful weekend from Friday through Saturday. For games and things like that. Because we come to town, you spend a healthy penny, in regards to hotels and all that type of stuff. So you might as well enjoy it.
So hit the vibes, man. Everybody already in town.
You can use CJ name all over Tallahassee. So
key to the city.
Yeah, just go anywhere, Publix, Target, barbershop, and just use promo code CJ850, man. See what you get.
What Jesus say? If you ever in my city, then it's all on me. If I'm ever in your city, then it's all on me. But no, definitely though, man. If you guys are planning to come, we got the link in the comments, so go ahead and grab your ticket. Should be a good
one. When y'all spring game?
The 15th.
Damn. It's same weekend as ours, and I actually got to go home. I would try to. If it wasn't, I would try to come and do some recruiting, man. Like I did last year.
I'm gonna be.
Remember last tailgate when you gave them chicks some shots or whatever. Like 10 steps later, man, they throwing it all up.
We did do the spring game last year, Florida.
Yeah.
I forgot about
fun as time flies. I was like, damn, it seemed like that was yesterday.
Yeah, it really was.
I'm gonna be at the Florida spring game. It's Thursday. I'm gonna pull up. Me and the Jit. We're gonna see what's up. I wasn't gonna go originally. I was gonna hit the Freddie Gibbs concert, but that ended up getting canceled. Ruined my whole week. So I shifted, man. Might as well go ahead and hit the Florida game, get some content, be on the scene, and also set up some moves. I ain't doing no tailgate though. I don't have the time to set up that, the wherewithal to set up that. We last minute with it, but I am gonna be in the city. So if you're a Gator fan, you got some vibes going. I got a few people trying to link up with me. Stink, what they do, man? Link up with me. We'll be in town, Gainesville next week. Tailgate week, man. Spring week next week. Should have big content as well. I'm trying to get some content while I'm in the city. Before we get into Big 3 talk, I know we got a lot of Big 3 talk, and I got Teagues in the chamber. So let's bring on Tegan Gaan, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the new roll-up website, Web3, NFTs, everything that pertains to like the future and the internet and all that stuff. Teagues, how are you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on and joining us. We met, just give the people a quick introduction of how me and you met. We met through a mutual, I would say friend. I don't know if he's a friend of yours, but definitely a friend of mine. We met through a mutual friend, my guy Carlos Bittencourt, who's a fan of the roll-up. He's been listening to the show for a while. We met about 6 years ago doing some philanthropy work for the roll-up. There was some charity giving back. He gave a big donation, and of course I was just like, who is this guy? So I hit him up, we started talking, and we've been talking ever since. Around 2019, heading into 2020, he hit me up and was chatting to me about NFTs and all of that, and it was all foreign to me, all Chinese, alien talk for everything I knew. But once the pandemic hit, I had some time, and me and him having a lot of conversations. I seen a million pitch decks of NFT companies and just wasn't interested in any of it because I didn't grasp the space, but he was very patient, and I kind of started getting it. And once it clicked, I went into a rabbit hole of just ideas and checking out everybody else's platforms and seeing what's going on to the people that were using it. So here we are today. He introduced me to you, and we've been moving forward with the new roll-up platform, trying to build something. But before we got started, I wanted to educate the people. Before I rolled this website out, I want the people that listen to this show, before we throw it out there with no education, I want them to know exactly what NFTs was, and it wasn't just ape art or monkey art. There's actually some tools to it. It's more substance to it than just digital art. So here we are. Tegan, can you explain who you are, how you became a tech starter, and also what is Web3 and NFTs?
Yeah, for sure. And seriously, you said it well. I think when NFTs really hit the masses, it was all predicated off these art drops. And it's so much more than that, and no judgments on it being nebulous to you. It's really confusing shit. But if you just think of Web3 as the next iteration of technology, right? I think everyone on this call maybe remembers Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, right? The next step of Web2. Email wasn't just quickly adopted by any means. It took some time, right? And the same thing with Web3. I think no one wants to fuck with NFTs right now because of the sort of negative interpretation and the fact that everything's stalled out. And it's just because the first iteration was about art. The blockchain technology is really just an open ledger, and it's an iteration of technology that lets the people interact without like centralized governance, if you will. And I think the quickest way for like the audience is like, you know, one of the biggest questions I get is like, why would you put something on the blockchain versus Instagram, for example? And Instagram, you know, the reality is those are all hosted on servers owned by Instagram. If those servers would be hacked for any reason, in effect, we would lose all of our shit that we put up there. The blockchain is hosted on peer-to-peer computers across the world. And so taking something down, they call it immutable, isn't possible. Which means it's there for forever. What we're doing, and I'll give you a bit of a background, like I like real world use cases. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I was a massive athlete growing up. Both my parents were immigrants, one from China, one from the Philippines. And money didn't grow on trees for us, right? So my father from a very young age was like, yo, you need to have either academics or athletics buy your way into university. I ended up doing both. I lettered 16 times in high school across basketball, golf, cross country, and track. And I tell this story because in my age group, my accolades, my data on amazing things that I did as a young person are on something called microfiche film. I don't know if you guys remember microfiche film, but it's just like in libraries, it's like articles from the newspapers sort of stored on this film that you have to go back to. And so sort of segue now into what one of the products we've built on the blockchain, which is called Player Minted Moments and very applicable to your audience. It's taking those moments and giving all the student athletes, as well as the athletic departments, a way to authenticate their accolades, to authenticate their program strength, right? So I don't even talk about NFTs anymore. I talk about marketing tools, about fandom tools. And it's really just a data play. When these boys and girls are trying to get recruited, we've created a LinkedIn-like page that's, again, hosted on the blockchain, so it's for forever. But we attribute rarity traits, which are part of smart contracts. You know, you talked about apes, the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They did things like laser eyes were a rarity trait. The jumper or hoodie that that the ape was, you know, given is a rarity trait. We actually take data points like an athlete's bench press, their 40-yard dash, their GPA, and we attribute those to a piece of artwork that's we can do reels, you know, like remember The Blind Side where young SK puts together like a reel for his brother, right? And it's like his best hits. Instead of a monkey or, you know, whatever, a bat, we put, you know, a reel of them freaking hitting, of them showing off their natural talent. We're also working with like combine camps, like Sports Academy out of Thousand Oaks. If you were to win an award, you know, maybe it's like the Rudy Award where you're just like, you know, you have the biggest heart, or you're the #1 defensive lineman once you come out of that combine camp. We have this authenticated NFT that says, yo, this player earned this NFT representing that accolade. And we've created a UX UI where there's no wallet needed. All you need is an email. We do create a public and private key wallet that interacts with, you know, the likes of OpenSea, MetaMask, things like this, because it is our sort of thought process that the wallet will not just be, you know, the artwork that you've earned or art that you buy, but the things you've done in your life, the accomplishments you've accomplished. And then we have a very simple way to shoot around this authenticated, think like 247 Sports or On3, but that meeting LinkedIn. And these athletes can shoot these links around to, you know, NIL brand sponsors or recruiters or NFL recruiters that say, yo, check this out. Here's all my shit in one place. And it's not just like I won best, you know, defensive lineman. It's also about who coached you, right? And so let's say that I'm a coach, I'm an offensive lineman coach. Most of these coaches, you know, you don't know the names of anyone apart from the head coach, right? And so we actually give authenticated NFTs that were like, hey, I went to the Rose Bowl in 2023 here's my authenticated Rose Bowl participant, NFT. And that sort of helps even the coaches get like, representation, get creds for the kids that they coach. So maybe they go on from working at Colorado University to, Michigan. But now we've authenticated that, right? So again, think LinkedIn for the sport world. The issue with LinkedIn, though, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, is people lie all the time. You know what I'm saying? I could say that I worked at Microsoft from 2025 to 2005, Jesus, to 2006, 2007. I could lie about that, or I could have an NFT that comes from Microsoft that says, yo, this chick actually worked there,
Right.
And so we're utilizing blockchain like never before and to truly authenticate those moments, right? And again, going back, I have so many awards that I'm proud of that I'd like to go back to. I was the quarterback for the Powder Puff football, and I actually had like the most touchdowns. If you guys remember Powder Puff football, the girls play and the boys become cheerleaders. It's quite weird, in fact.
No, they turned it into, my daughter plays girl flag football now, so it's just a thing now.
Yeah, dude.
Powder puff turned into a regular sport in high school sports.
But that's like some cool shit that I've done in my life, and I'd want that to be in my wallet. And so that's all we're saying is I love the fact that art, made its name. It helped teach people. Like I was birthing crypto kitties. If you guys remember crypto kitties back in the day from Dapper Labs. But like I learned about the technology from participating. And that's another great thing about blockchain and all of these different companies, Sandbox, all these, Decentraland. Blockchain allows like people to get involved, and you can earn money. I've earned almost $50,000 from Sandbox. They took I think it was like 500,000 of their raise and put it back into the community to participate. And so some other things we do is something called proof of participation. You're going to see, and I know you guys have been reading about it, a lot about community tokens. All a community token is this membership and loyalty. Like if you buy 10 In-N-Out burgers, you get the 11th free. It's the same concept with a Web3 layer. And it allows, communities like yours, should you have a community token, which I know we're in chats about, but it allows your community to be rewarded for going to all 10, tailgates that you guys do in Q1, let's say. And then you can sort of reward that person, that user, with some free swag, right? With unique experiences at your tailgates, maybe a meet and greet, right? With some old players. But what we really predicate on at Ecoverse are minted moments. So we don't tokenize, just artwork. We tokenize the shit you've done in your life, the cool things you've done. And we have some really interactive sort of NFT drops. I'll give you an example. We call them game day drops. We simply put out a page that's like, yo, do you think TCU is going to win against, Florida State? And the user with just an email claims the token of the team they think is going to win. And then we have amazing tech tools. One's called a raffling tool that automatically raffles whoever claimed the token of the winning team. And then that fan gets to go onto the field. They get to have this dope ass fan experience, think Jumbotron moment. And then we put that into your wallet. And by the way, all of our tokens are claim free because it's backed by brand sponsor dollars. And I hope you're going to start seeing a lot of this soon. We're one of the first companies to do this, but you guys mentioned, VayCay, and I know another sponsor yours is State Farm. But imagine that all these tokens are bought out by VayCay or State Farm, and there's like a trade-off, right? You answer like 4 questions tops. Do you have insurance already? What's your favorite flavor of the flavors you just mentioned from VayCay? And our brand sponsors get to learn about that audience, but then our audience gets to have this chance to win the ultimate experience. So there's wildly different things you can do with blockchain. It's just so nascent and new. And once, the community gets around just art drops, they get kind of focused on that. But you're going to start seeing like the blockchain was meant to authenticate. It was meant to allow people to, really show what they've done. So I'll stop there and see if that makes sense to you guys.
No, all of that made a lot of sense. And I'm pretty sure you dumbed it down for our audience a lot. Just in our world, authentication and recruiting, I think, is huge. From legitimate offers from universities. From a recruit, I go to a camp, and I could tell everybody in the world I ran a 4340 laser. But if I got it on my crypto wallet or however I want to show my NFTs, that my 40 times official, my cone drills, this is my official offer list, and it's all authenticated and on a blockchain is more credible, and the world works in a more legit fashion, I think, man. But it's just sleeker.
1,000%, dude. And like when you see this product, I mean, we have to keep it under wraps, but we're talking to some of the biggest D1 schools, right? And to have their overall feeling is like, we want to offer the best and the latest in technology to our student athletes, right? That's what we care about. If we can affect as a company, one student athlete, one individual, and help that individual get signed because they have this one-stop shop for, again, we know this. High school seniors can make up to $49 million, right? But it's all about data. Data is still the king, right, of all things. But you've heard the expression content is king. We now say NFT content is king. We don't just do one-off drops and let it go. We do something called tracking the impact. We like to show, for example, again, with Sports Academy, they bring kids from all over the world to train them for combine camps. They open up their gyms on Friday nights for free to parents and kids in the area. But if we can take those moments, those kids that are, 5th, 6th grade, and take those, videos of them shooting as a young person, and then come back at the next combine camp, get another video of that kid, and he's saying something like, yo, I was really nervous, I'm an introvert, but thank you, Sports Academy, for opening up your gyms. We didn't have the money to do this, but this is why I'm able to get better. We track that young person. And then for Sports Academy, we create these pages that host all these NFTs, right? These videos and images of these young people, but they get to take ownership of that. They get to say, yo, we actually trained that kid. We discovered the next Kobe at our camps. So it's so much more than art, guys. I mean, it's truly validating both programs, sports agents, again, a rarity trait that says, yo, I found this kid. I found Malachi Nelson. That he is signed to our agency. That's going to help that agency with the next set of parents. You know what I'm saying? With the next set of kids that want to be just like Malachi. So yeah, that's the quick and dirty of what we do. Obviously, product is, being able to show that product. If anyone has questions after this, definitely get with Corey or whatever. We love sharing knowledge. We love sharing product. Getting this product out there is everything. That means everything to me and my team. We've been cranking on code for the last just under 2 years. And so, feel free to hit me up. Would love to send you some videos of how this works. But you're going to start seeing some big universities rolling out those game day drops, those interactive fan experiences, and even more so for brand sponsors, that data and that content for them is what we're doing.
No, I think it's extremely dope. I think a lot of the concerns with people with NFTs, as someone that's participated in NFTs, I did it in music and somebody that was dropping an album. But the concern is also the financial part of it, like losing something I purchased, I bought, losing value.
doubt.
So I think something that's really important is our audience and our community claiming free NFTs. So the NFTs is financially taken care of by our sponsors or us, and our fans are just participating, answering questions, and whatever we have going on gamification-wise, and
Yeah.
they get to claim that free of charge.
Yeah, gamification is so clutch. I mean, my old man gamified everything. Like, he gamified washing the dishes, and we got slapped in the head if we didn't do it fast enough. But gamification is so clutch for these people, and then that chance to win, right? And just showing up. Like, you guys have a wicked, like, engaged audience, but just offer them something different, offer them that chance to, whatever it is. So we create jobs with our NFT drops, guys. Like, again, you'll hear who we're working with very soon, but our NFT drops are like, yo, become a content creator alongside the university's main content creator on behalf of, sponsor X. But that young person can maybe get an internship with this clothing company out of Colorado. You could become a commentator for the day. I mean, imagine, gifting your father or mother, the chance on ESPN to be next to Chris Berman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And then take that moment and put it in your wallet. And I was just at an event with Ledger, and you guys kind of mentioned music, but I don't know if you remember Ian Rogers. It was just, if you don't know him, look him up. He basically created a website for one of the biggest bands when he was like 15. He just did it on his own accord, showed it to them. They were like, holy shit, who are you? They ended up hiring him. Beats by Dre bought his company. And then obviously Apple overtook Beats. And so he was at Apple, then Louis Vuitton. Now he's at Ledger. And we're both talking the same language. It starts with education. It starts with teaching, the people that it's not just about art drops. Some of the stuff we're doing is like blockchain for yearbook. I don't know where the hell my annuals are. I couldn't even afford them. And I had 0 friends. But, to be able to go back and find in one spot where everything is that's the future. And again, why it's not LinkedIn or, Instagram. You guys know this. There's always going to be the next Instagram, right? There's going to be the next Twitter. And so that's all this is the evolution of the internet. And we are creating these bespoke pages where you can put everything. And I love what Ian said to me last we spoke was, I was just with my granddaughter. He just had a granddaughter. And he was like, I spent all weekend uploading my images to the blockchain. And someone was like, why? And he was like, because she'll know where to find it. The blockchain, again, is immutable for forever. Our tech stack's probably one of the first ones to be like, yo, here's your own page. And by the way, why our brand sponsors are fucking with us is because as soon as someone claims an NFT from any event page, it shows up on that brand sponsor page. And then again, it's just like this Web3 community where you can go back. You guys know this. So much brand sponsorship dollar is given for like one-off events. MoonPay and Polygon gave $1.5 million to be the lead sponsor at NFT.NYC last year. What happens after that? All that imagery, you see people taking content, I feel like no one really puts it up. And what happens to that money? And so our brand sponsors get this page that shows their top fans, their top collectors of these moments again. These are bespoke moments to you. I had this one conversation with this guy from Germany that was he was just like, but what are they worth? Like, what are they worth? How do you resell them? And it's just like, dude, this subset is not about reselling. This subset is about monetary value in the form of it's going to help me get recruited, right? It's going to help me with brand sponsorship, with maybe getting a scholarship. So there's a different form of monetary value. But then for our fans, there are some things we're cooking up where it's like, yo, I think that the Niners are going to play, the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. We could mint an NFT that shows those 2 helmets, right? And then if you're holding on to that NFT and you get closer and closer to the Super Bowl, I mean, that could be worth, the ultimate Super Bowl experience. So think like NFTs meet brackets. I can go on for days about the ideas that haven't been done yet. And that's why our tech stack is literally like Squarespace meets NFT drop pages. That smart contract, you don't have to know anything about it. It's on the back end, but we allow you to gamify everything just by changing the words and changing the images. So it's truly like you're going to start seeing, I hope, with kids like us behind the wheel, really unique drops that are about fandom, that are about community. And then for the teams that are buying into this product, it's actually a revenue generating tool. And I think you guys are going to see that case study very soon with your crew.
For sure. I think, I don't think I know, just digital flexes. A lot of people use their Instagram as just a digital flex, like where I've been, what concert I'm at, what I'm wearing, where I'm at, where I'm vacationing. It's a digital flex. That's what a lot of social media is. And we're turning, if we have our guy Larion out at the tailgate and he's filming like CJ out at the spring tailgate next week, that content that we're filming, we're going to turn those minted moments, like you said, those moments onto the blockchain. You could go claim those different things. So that's how we're turning Instagram or whatever it may be. You said this is the next internet. It is.
Yeah.
But we're taking it and making it more personal. And that page is there forever. So if somebody wants to go back to the LSU, Florida State tailgate 10 years from now and see all those moments and maybe claim some old NFTs, that page is going nowhere. It's on the blockchain. It's a moment.
Yeah, and the more they show up, the more they collect, the more you guys reward them for their fandom. Right. And that's what's been missing from this space. So I'm so stoked to be working alongside innovators like you guys and just seeing the way that you guys really took to the product. It's all I could ever dream for. And you guys know you're in good company. So, any other questions that I can answer? Yeah, like I can't wait for this partnership to roll out and you guys show the fans, that they can come back, they can relive, and then we can even reward fans again, gamification, who was the craziest fan dressed, and then reward that person. And there's just so many cool things that you guys are about to see that are part of Kush House and Roll Up Network. Trust, like that's going to happen.
Really excited. Thanks for hanging out with us, Tegan. I don't want to hold the audience too long or you too long. I'll discuss some more features that's on the site, that's message board and all that. But I appreciate you for hanging out with us.
I appreciate you guys. Speak
Yeah, most
soon.
definitely. It's always
All
a
right, have
great
a good one.
conversation.
In a bit. Bye.
And that was Tegan Gaan from Ecoverse, the CEO. Very dope. We got some more features on the website that should be rolling out. It's going to be message board friendly, just like 247 on 3 and everybody else that has message boards. So we'll have your traditional college football footprint of just, message boards, keeping up recruiting, inside information. The NFTs, the basic part, what she's saying from the fan experience, that part will be free, but we're going to have some, CJ can't be letting all the inside Florida State information for free. So we're going to join that game, man. Y'all going to hang out with us, and y'all can just listen to the podcast, but also tap in with us on the World Wide Web. We got some things cooking, man.
That was educational.
Real good stuff on the quick hitters. Real good stuff.
I learned a lot just then, man.
They broke it down, right?
Yeah. And I had to look up nascent while she was talking. I didn't know that word.
It's a nice word.
I think I learned a lot. Yeah, it's like I picked it up off the context clues, but I like to make sure.
Already.
That was dope, though, man. I can't wait till this new website roll out, man.
Likewise, man.
Get your little tokens or whatnot.
Tokens, it's a flex. I was with somebody having lunch, and it was like the first time I seen somebody pull out their crypto wallet and start bragging about, concerts they've been to, backstage, and just scrolling through their wallet. I'm just like, okay, I see what this is. It's a digital flex. And this was just a layer of it. There's so many different layers of it, but that's just one layer of it. We're going to unpeel it. We're just not going to call it all the geeky names. We're just going to call it claiming and, a lot of other stuff, man. But y'all be on the lookout. That's going to be dropping within the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Pull up on us. If you're already a Patreon, you'll get that email like right out the gate to go claim an NFT to be a part of the community. But the initial sign up to get to the main board to see the regular roll-up community talk is going to be free. The main board will be free for all three fan bases, Florida State, and Miami, to kind of kick it on there and vibe. And then we'll segregate the insider information in other parts of the website. Let's get into some football talk, man. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that like button and help us climb the algorithms and whatnot. Super chat is available if y'all have any questions while we're talking Big 3 talk.
Especially during this time with a lot of recruiting, spring ball stuff. This is why I get them off. Especially during this time.
Especially if we lying about these, whatever we got going on. We also peep some lies, shoot us some questions.
Never lied.
Never lied.
Never lied to the people not one time.
Not one time.
If you ain't lying, you ain't trying.
I did lie about Dean.
Or whatever Kodak said.
Whatever. If you quoting Kodak,
hey.
I'm automatically think you lying. I'll just be honest with you.
You're going to have to stop your Kodak slander.
I ain't got nothing against Kodak.
You be slandering my guy, man.
I'm just telling you, if that's where you reach for your quotes, I'm just going to think you lying.
It was off that song, the song, if I'm...
I ain't lying, I'm flying.
Yeah.
I don't know Kodak songs, though. Take your word for it.
That's unfortunate, man.
You're right, man. We got to get you your Florida...
I just hit 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. You about to get your full residency once you start listening stuff, bro.
It's okay, man. DeSantis is slowly turning this thing into Georgia, so you're going to be at home in a minute. All right, one time for the great folks at State Farm Insurance. AlanHorneInsurance.com is the website to go visit. My man insures the states of Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama. You can also give them a call at 706-692-2888 if you need home, auto, life, anything you may need insured. You got a motorcycle, trailer. Don't be out here. Don't get caught lacking, man. Hit somebody, they're going to make you get that SR22 if you ain't got no insurance, and that's really going to tax you. So pull up on my man, Alan, get that insurance, and make sure you're riding safe out here.
Imagine your trailer blow away, you ain't got no insurance. All you had to do is hit Alan up, bro.
I don't know if you got trailer insurance, like a home trailer. Those are hard to insure. A trailer to pull your bike on, or that type of trailer, maybe a little bit, but
that's hard to insure.
Trailer home.
That's messed up, man. I gotta live here. What if something happened to it?
I lived in a trailer home as a kid, bro. Like
I lived in one too. Well, not a trailer home actually. I lived on one just sitting individually on some land. And matter of fact, I came home and a tree was on it. Hurricane Katrina.
yeah, that's what I think.
You just asked why they are.
Why they
you
are
do
that shit.
right.
But a tree could have fell on anything. That's what I'm saying. Like it could have fell on the house next door.
But
Nah,
I get
it
it
was just
like a tin can.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, it did. Right on top of my room too.
Thank God you wasn't in there, man. You wouldn't have been on the show today.
Yeah, I would have made it, bro. The good die young. I ain't eligible for that.
That's crazy. All right, well, let's talk some.
Yeah, that's nuts what you just.
That's nuts. Y'all want to talk recruiting or camp talk at first? What y'all got? How y'all feeling?
Let's go ahead and do some recruit. We got some exciting recruiting on well, I guess for 2 programs. I guess 3 programs. We got some exciting recruiting. Depending on how.
And you know what's funny? Y'all definitely should start because I was like, what we got so excited? We got a lot of people coming on campus.
No, we had some commits on both sides. Good and good and I ain't gonna say bad, but good and yeah, I say bad. Good and iffy. Put it that way.
Yeah, it happens, man. You know, it happens. Especially with Randy Shannon involved. Randy gonna give you them specials, boy. If he ain't got nothing else, he got a nice lunch special for you. $6.99.
Consistent, boy. I'm telling you, boy.
The whole combo.
It don't change nothing. They know exactly what you want when they come in. Oh, that's Randy. They fixed it right there for him.
He landed like I remember when we got
He called
Joseph.
Oh, it's Randy. He just called. He don't give no order, no nothing. It's Randy.
No.
Hang up. Boom.
Yeah, his coupon code better than yours in Tallahassee right now.
Shannon 305, man.
You get,
you get you
20% off.
You get your offer.
Get your offer.
Now he hit with I remember we got Voshan and Joseph to commit. He was ranked like 3005 or something crazy when we got him. And I remember we getting trolled for him when we had Randy Shannon.
Voshan ended up being the best one out of that high school because your boy was there too, man. I forget the kid.
Mitchell.
Now FSU wasn't damn it.
It was another linebacker. It was 2 linebackers from that year.
One, man. I know
at the same school.
Yeah, but I'll think about it in a second.
All good, man. We can start with some Gator talk, some Gator recruiting talk. We got to commit, and I spoke about this recruit last show. Austin Simmons, 6'4" quarterback out of Pahokee, Florida. I learned last night that he's originally from Broward or Dade. He's not originally a Pahokee kid, so I'm gonna take the 5'6" tag off him. You know, respectfully. But we got to commit. He's classified as 2025 right now. I'm expecting that to change. I spoke about that last show. It's been on a lot of message boards since then that he may be reclassifying. I still think that's going to happen. He hasn't officially done it, but I expect him to join in June. Whichever way he stay, if he stays in 25, it's still a blessing. He's just to show up 19 years old with like 5 or 6 years of varsity football. He's been playing varsity since he was in 8th grade, so a lot of experience. Very intelligent kid, graduated high school in 9th grade. Has an associate degree that he'll be getting this spring. I'm hearing he's very intelligent on the football field as well, can diagnose a lot. Billy and the guys brought him in just to break down some film. He was very sharp in that capacity. And my whole take on him, I think 6'4" kid, big arm. You can see him in some RPO action if you look at his pokey film on the huddle tape. Athletic, not super athletic, but he can move a little bit. I think he's a very good quarterback. So probably end up being, if he stay in the 25 class, a top 5 quarterback in that class. I think Billy's going to bring in an elite quarterback every cycle the way he's recruiting. I don't know what he's selling them, but they buying it. If he comes behind Lagway, Pauls, he's going to have a hard time getting on the field if he comes in 25. I think his opportunity, if he's as sharp as he say he is, and I can see the physical tools, his best opportunity to not to beat out Lagway, in my opinion, would be to come this summer, be ahead of Lagway as far as film study and all that experience. But if he comes in 25, I just don't see it. He's gonna wait a little bit before he play unless Lagway gets an injury. But good get by Billy and the staff. And also, if he comes in the fall, on the flip side, if he comes in the fall, that makes up a Jaden Rashada, and there's no hole, no plug to be filled when it pertains to the 2023 class. So shout out to Billy for plugging a hole. He also has a baseball scholarship, which is a trend with Billy. Max Brown, DJ Lagway, and now Austin Simmons all have baseball scholarships scholarship offers at the University of Florida in football. Could be a trend, just something to watch.
Well, you heard any smoke about him going pro in baseball?
No, I haven't. He's that good in baseball to go pro? I haven't heard that.
I heard a little something about that. That's why I was clarifying with you. But yeah, I heard that it was a chance he could get drafted. So pretty highly. So I didn't know if that was some word that came around your way as well.
Nick Delatorre is our resident baseball guy. He's on Stadium Miguel. He spoke about him playing baseball. He said he was a good baseball player, but it wasn't on Nick's radar as far as him being a high drafted baseball prospect. Those guys got to get drafted pretty high for them to boat. And what NIL is doing these days, the money they can make as far as college athletes, a lot of them aren't going to boat unless they're drafted extremely high, because they can make a lot of that bread in college and still go to the because you're not going to the MLB, to the majors. You're going to
farm system
farm ball, correct?
Yeah, and the farm ball don't make a lot. Like I said, unless you're a really high draft pick, because that's what some people was confused with Kyler Murray as well, because he would have been, and I think he did turn out to be a fairly high MLB draft pick, but the guaranteed money, and he went number one in football, is definitely a lot better on the front end. Back end baseball money is nicer because it's all guaranteed. Hell, they still paying Ken Griffey Jr. in Cincinnati. I just found that out. I was like, man,
he's top 5 on their payroll.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Bobby Bo still getting paid too, ain't it? Bobby Bonilla?
Yeah, Bobby Bo. Everybody know about Bobby Bonilla Day, but I never knew about Ken Griffey Day.
Yeah, and Ken, he is top 5 on that payroll too. It ain't
almost $4 million a year. Almost $4 million a year, bro. That's crazy. And the kid don't need it. God bless him.
We had some offers go out this week that was interesting. I think the recruiting services are behind. Just to chime in, we were talking about the Randy Shannon tape. I don't think the recruiting service is going to catch up to Randy, but they are behind on a lot of these kids. I've been seeing some kids with some big-time offers that don't even have a single star. Maikai Boro, 6'5", 350-pound defensive tackle out of Hampton, Georgia. Florida State recently offered as well. Auburn, Boston College, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee. On every service, he has 0 stars with those type of offers, but huge.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's huge.
Yeah, he's a player. He's going to be a player. I expect him to skyrocket a little bit with his size and athleticism, just checking out his tape. But right now, he currently has no stars. We sent an offer out to him. We are behind some of the guys with the offers, but everybody's in the same boat. He's just kind of being discovered in Hampton, Georgia. A ball player, man. Justin Jet Denson, a DB out of Providence, Rhode Island, has verified speed of 4.51, 6'2" kid. I like his film a lot. If y'all haven't checked out his film, go check it out. I think a lot of people, I looked at his first offer. One of his first offers was Mel Tucker out there at Michigan State. And I don't care if Corey Raymond is doing it, but I think Corey Raymond is in his algorithms. He's in Mel Tucker's algorithms. I think this kid ends up in the SEC or a big-time program, Ohio State, Michigan, or high in his recruitment. He's from that area. They're closer to him in the programs he grew up cheering for. But a very fast kid, very tall, rangy kid. If you cut on his tape, you're going to see a lot of ball hawking, him covering a lot of field. The competition ain't high. He's in Rhode Island. Let's keep it a bean. So it ain't. But speed to speed, covering 100 yards, covering 55 to 55, that's the same in every sport. And you can see that type of ability from him. Like him a lot. William Satterwhite, 4-star interior lineman out of Akron, Ohio, is another offer we sent out. He's loaded with offers. Alabama, Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn, Kentucky, Penn State. But we just entered the race. Somebody visiting this weekend. Texas A&M commit Dylan Evans out of Longview, Texas. Sean Spencer and Joe Hamilton are in charge of his recruitment. We offered a month ago. He's out of Texas, so he has a relationship, and he's very known. He has a relationship. I'm having a rough day today. He has a relationship with DJ Lagway. So he said that the Florida Gators offer is huge to him, and they climbed the ladder in his recruitment. And we'll see him this weekend. We'll see how it go. But an interior lineman that's heavily coveted. Who else we got? Visited the past week. Cameron Franklin, number 1 prospect in Mississippi. We offered him back in November. He's committed to 2 official visits so far. He set up Tennessee and he set up Miami for this summer in June. No date. He's going to take his recruitment the distance, but he's a #1 player. He's out of the slave belt. It's going to be a tough pull to get him out of there, but he looked like he want to get out of there with the Tennessee and Miami official visit set up. So we'll see how
he visited Florida State too, so he's been all through Florida.
Been on campus about 3 times, but he did recently. It's crazy because I said the same thing. Like, he's a Mississippi kid, this, that, another. But all his visits, he's been suggestion otherwise. Sure enough, like right after I said that, he had put out a tweet that he's visiting Ole Miss pretty soon. So we'll see how that goes. But
you can just walk over there.
You can definitely just walk over there. But them, like I said, the Mississippi kids, it's just something about it. Next thing you know, Mississippi State, man. I mean, it'd be like shit don't even make no damn sense for these kids, man.
Hey, you like what you like, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people a little more country, some people a little more rock and roll. Just depends, bro.
Jacob Gould is another prospect who I spoke about last week that we sent out an offer for. He's from Fairborn, Georgia, Langston Hughes High. He visited this past week. We envision him as a nickel safety type prospect. Football player, man. Cut that film on. You're going to see a guy that could just play flat out football. I don't like to get into all the verified speed and offers every time. It gets a little redundant, but this kid's a straight out football player. We'd love to have him in the fold. Georgia is cooking. Like, Georgia has the best prospects overall every position, in my opinion. You get whatever you want out of Georgia, man. Now, Terrion Tuggle, 6'3", 185-pound receiver out of South Bend, Indiana. He has offers from Georgia, Michigan, Texas A&M, Oregon, Miami, Washington, Auburn. He visited this past week. Receiver.
Notre Dame?
What's up?
Notre Dame? You got to have Notre Dame, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, I thought I was just waiting on you to rattle off. Because you don't hear kids from South Bend often.
Shit, they got a receiver class.
Yeah, you also hear about kids from South Bend too often.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
Yeah, half second. Okay.
Yeah.
What you were saying though?
No, Indiana got like 3 or 4 receivers that's elite this cycle. They got some guys that can play. And that ain't normal, but guys that can play. Jamari Howard made a second visit in 2 weeks. Florida Relays was on campus at Florida, so he was there running. And, of course, he had the family with him, so he swung by, checked out Corey Raymond. Just an incredible kid when you look at him physically. He's 6'1.5", has a 6'8" wingspan. Just going to be a battle to his recruitment. I know Miami just entered. He visited Miami as well, I think, in the last week and a half. So it should be an old-fashioned Big 3 battle for him, in my opinion. Currently committed to Michigan State. I don't see Mel keeping him, but like I said, I think a lot of people in his algorithms is for it. Mel got some evals, bro.
He can eval. He can definitely do that. Yeah. But it's a different story keeping it. Remember that story we had with who do we have on a couple of weeks ago, man? Dang, I'm drawing a blank as well, just like that.
Who we had on?
Yeah, Florida guy.
Wait, a Florida guy?
John Bostic?
Yeah, we had John on, and he was talking about our coach at Middle Tennessee, how his dad sent him the tape or whatever. Good player. This time not taking right here and there, but he's not leaving the state of Florida.
No.
I feel like it's gonna be the same as far as that with Jamari Howard as well. Cornerback like that, it's gonna come down to 3 schools. I got some more on him on my end too, but I think it's gonna come down to the 3 schools for sure.
Already. Jaden Jackson, a defensive tackle out of IMG. We offered him about a month ago. He pulled up with the family, stayed for a couple of days. 6'2", 300-pound guy. He said Florida rolled out a perfect presentation. They say if he could rate the visit, it'd be a 9.6 out of 10. He currently has offers from Michigan, Ohio State, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Auburn, and USC. We'll see how that all plays out. They're trying to get him back on campus for an official visit this summer. Cam Pruitt made his first appearance to Florida this past week. He's from Theodore, Alabama. Elite linebackers. We got a few linebackers that Jay Bateman's trying to close on. Right now we have a Darius Hayes and Miles Graham committed to top-tier guys. Both guys are in the top 100. Very elite guys that are on borderline 5 stars. If we could add Chris Jones and that linebacker, I think it would be an elite haul. That would be a perfect way to close it out. I don't know where we at with it. He's a Georgia kid. Georgia's high on that board. All the big dogs are after him. But in my opinion, if we could close it out with those three, it'd probably be our best linebacker class all time if we could get all three of those guys. So shout out to Jay Bateman. Everybody was ready to fire him a year ago, but he's starting to cook a little bit on the trail, man. Good little class he got cooking this cycle. TJ Moore released his top 13 on Monday, cutting it down to Florida, Auburn, Clemson, Colorado, Georgia, LSU, Ohio State, Penn State, Pittsburgh. There go Pittsburgh, y'all. Random Pittsburgh being random
TJ Moore,
kid stuff.
he's a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of Tampa.
Tell you, man. Go get some receivers, man. Some Florida receivers.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
Who else dropped down?
Top 13.
Okay. Austin Vandergriff, offensive tackle.
Well, if you don't come back and don't drop no list at all, don't even drop a list. You doing that, man. Top 15.
I don't like. I like to keep it around 5, but
right.
He's a very important.
Just say my recruitment is still open.
Respect my decision.
Right.
It's gonna affect the bidding, man. You keep it wide open like that, though. Like the number goes up a little bit. Blake Frazier, offensive tackle out of Austin, Texas, also dropped his list down to a few schools. Florida, Michigan, LSU, Clemson, and Texas are his 5. Respectable. 6'6", 270-pound guy, number 15 offensive tackle, number 204 overall. A football player, man. He's the son of former offensive tackle Steve Frazier, who played at Michigan. So Michigan's a player in his recruitment. And that's all I got for recruitment-wise, man. Next week, just to drop some smoke here and there, I like to do that. Next week's going to be a big week for us, man. I'm expecting 2 to 3 commits. While at the spring game, that's as of now. There should be some more commits, I think, at the end of April, early May. They're starting to buzz a little bit, but the class should get solidified, I think, in this month and next month. So y'all be on the lookout. We're going to keep the short-form content flowing on Instagram, YouTube. So if you haven't followed us on those apps, make sure you go follow us on all those apps. But that's all I got, fellas. What y'all got?
I'll jump into it. You got something, Larry? You want?
No. I was going to ask you if you want to go. It don't matter. You go ahead.
All right, cool. I'll jump into it. We got some commits, a couple commits actually. 2025 quarterback Tramel Jones out of Mandarin, Florida, ended up committing to FSU over the weekend. He was in town, and I kind of hinted on it on the short video that I posted on the YouTube page that it could be a exciting weekend for Tramel if everything goes according to plan on his visit. He was thinking about it prior to on his last visit. Just wanted to get back home and make sure for sure that this is the place he wants to be. Talked over with his family, decided to commit. I like it a lot. James Coleman, one of buddy of ours who partnered with on the tailgates, he coaches at Mandarin, and I was just talking to him a little bit about him and saying that the offense they run, they ask a lot of Tramel. It's a lot of progressions, it's a lot of college style. It's a college style offense where he goes to reads and things like that. Not just you throw here, you throw there, that type of deal. So he's asked a lot. And he said he has a pretty live arm. Expects him to grow a lot more than this upcoming season. And a lot of people talk about his ranking. I don't have a problem with his ranking at all. He's a sophomore going to his junior year. It's going to be similar to like Luke Krummelhout last year, even though Luke didn't really play that much. But, he was a late bloomer. Also, Denny, he also works with Tramel too. But, I think he'll be a 4-star quarterback. I don't think he will rise as high as Luke due to Luke being 6'4", 6'5", and also think Luke is really like a alpha type dog. I do think Tramel will be within the probably 150 to 250 to 300 type of range as far as his rankings. Pretty solid 4-star on all the services once his time comes. Also, Jamie Finch, Jamie Finch, his teammate was on campus as well, 5-star receiver from Mandarin. Had a really good visit, connected well with Norvell and Coach Dugans. So FSU sits in a pretty good spot with him. I know Ohio State and I think Michigan he had a little Big Ten run of visits there as well. But I really feel FSU is a good spot for Finch. He said there's solidifying his top 3. I won't be surprised if he commits sometime between the season or next spring. I don't think he goes into his actual senior year. I think he'll commit, sometime during the season or around the spring. Who that may be, not exactly sure, but I think FSU has a really good shot at Finch. They're positioning themselves, really well with that recruitment. Got another commit, and this was a head scratcher linebacker, Jaden Parrish. He's committed out of Delray Beach Atlantic. The kid, I don't know, man. Just looking at his film, the film is okay. It's not nothing great. It's not nothing that really stands out like that. He is a pretty big hitter. He could find his way through space pretty well. But at this point in time, me personally, I probably wouldn't have took this take out and waited a little bit. Like Silk said, the services are kind of behind on recruiting, but it's other guys that were after a linebacker that I feel like we should be pushed a little bit harder for as far as recruitment. I do think they want to take 3. So if they, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm talking about Randy Shaney. Well, I'm talking about Randy Shaney. I was gonna say if they take 2 other guys, they kind of all said, but I don't know, man. It's been a trend the last couple linebackers we've been taking as far as these type of unknown commodities. So I'm not sure, but we'll see how it plays out in the future.
You cannot leave Randy to his own devices.
No, I think that's exactly what it is too. He has full control over the board as far as what he wants and things like that. Full control over the offer list. I really think that's the situation when it comes to the linebacker room. But yeah, that was a head scratcher of a take. Like I said, the film is okay, but it's nothing great or it's nothing elite that stands out at this point in time.
How Randy looked singing that birthday song to Kamani last year, that's how he looked recruiting all the time.
And that's how I looked when I saw them. And that's exactly how I looked when I saw them on my phone, too. I had that exact same look. Like, bro, we got a lot of good momentum going on across the board. You come on with your little, dang.
Boy, pull out the little pistol.
Right.
That little motherfucker.
Harlem Nights, man. Harlem Nights is exactly what it is, man.
My man Big Nose said, I ain't even acknowledging that commit, man.
I'm with him, man. But like I said, the film is okay, but it's just nothing that at this point in time.
It's just too early for that, bro. He could have waited for that.
Right, definitely could have waited. I think that could have been something we had in the bag at pretty much any point in time during this cycle.
Right.
Jumping to some visits. 5-star KJ Bolden, number 1 safety in the country. He was on campus for a 2-day visit.
Boy, it might be some safety dominoes falling here soon, boy.
It is. It really is. Like, for real. Like,
that safety boy elite, but it about to be some dominoes that start falling, and it's gonna be exciting to watch, man.
Yeah, commits and all. It's gonna be some stuff that's gonna shake out and shuffle pretty soon. But he was on a two-day visit. Got a chance to see practice. Like the way Sir TENN coached and Coach Fuller coached. Everything that the coaches speak, he said, is being pretty real and not just recruiting BS. And also in talking, he used we a lot. He did mention in the past that FSU was his dream school going up. You know how that goes. But he had some interesting quotes in regards to using we. One quote here is the program's definitely changing for sure. We brought in definitely a bunch of good guys that will help out. I'm a fan, so we watch every game last year. Last year we had a good year. Coach Norvell brought us to 10 wins. So this year, watching them practice, I feel like we're definitely going to have a good year. Definitely top 10 season for sure. He also said his mom plays a big role in his recruitment, and when he was having that conversation with Mike Norvell, it was a lot of head nods and stuff like that from his mother. I said he's going to announce official visits like the 29th of April or the 30th of April. I do think FSU will probably get one of those 5. We'll see how that falls once he announced. But like I said, it's going to be interesting as far as the safety board. You got KJ Bolden, we got Brandon Jacobs out of Orlando, who I like a lot. That kid is a baller, man. He had like 5 or 6 picks last year for I want to say he goes to Evans, if I'm not mistaken. He had like 5 or 6 picks, and like 3 or 4 of those went for touchdowns. I mean, the kid, every time he touches the ball, he's looking to score. He's one of those type of playmakers. Of course, we got CJ Pride. CJ Hurd. We have Jordan Pride that's already committed, but Jordan Pride has been flirting with Florida a lot, and there's other schools that's been looking for services too. So the safety board is going to be really interesting. Like Silk said, I think in the next couple months heading into the season, we'll probably have a clearer picture of how things look as far as safeties.
I'm ready for the first kid to be like, man, I don't like how them coaches practice, bro. He's a dummy. He's goofy. I ain't never heard that one. I want that one, bro. We're gonna get them.
Keep it raw and uncut, man.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get.
I want to impress.
Yeah, I want them
I
kind
wasn't
of
impressed.
interviews for the role. Yeah, he's trash. I can coach better than him.
Yeah, dropping passes left and right, man.
They had a DJ out there, man.
right. We probably could have got a lot of that too.
I couldn't hear how they coach. I don't know. And what was this old music they were playing?
He was trying to say something, but
it was loud. Man.
All I said the whole time. Y'all ain't got no yak.
Oh man, couple of visits we had. Also, Ricky Knight III out of Palm Beach. I like this kid a lot. Cornerback. I think he's a 3-star, and I think he'll be a 4-star for sure once they catch up this cycle. Had a couple MVPs at some rival camps. I like this kid a lot.
He got MVP at Rivals and he got MVP at 247 camp.
So, like I said, Ricky Knight is one of them players. He gonna be a solid 4-star for sure. I think Miami is looking at him as well. This would be a dream cornerback class for me. If I could get Charles Lester, Jamari Howard, and Ricky Knight III, that'd be a dream cornerback class. I feel like all three of those are ballers. But Ricky Knight was on campus. I think FSU sits in a good spot currently with him. But like I said, Miami and some other schools are involved as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out with Ricky Knight. But he's a big time player out of Palm Beach.
Shout out to Ricky Knight. I tried to get him. I hit up Chaney. Jamar Chaney gone out of Western Kentucky, but I hit up Jamar Chaney trying to get him a Florida offer, and to get them to take a peep at him. He's gonna be a ball player, man. Got a lot of good instincts. Just one of those guys that just can make plays. Remind me a lot like Dent and even Asante Samuel, those smaller DBs that are just cause a lot of
issues, man. It's
about
how you play him. Sure. Yeah, Ricky Knight is a baller. Looking at his film, I like him a lot.
That's D-Rod's favorite player, man.
Who?
Ricky Knight.
Oh yeah.
D-Rod,
come talk to me, baby. Now Benjamin got some guys lately though, man.
Benjamin got some guys, man. I think like Trav and Trav and Kyer started that wave, but if you look at it, man, like that roster, we got Chauncey Boyens off that roster. It's an offensive lineman on that team, but
the receiver was entertaining last cycle and they're going to wait for us. I forgot
Michael Mays.
Michael Mays. He was really good. I liked him a lot. I mean, they got some players.
Yeah, I'm about to send my son next year, bro. Like, I got to send him over. I didn't know they had middle school football at private school in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. So, yeah, I got to participate in that, bro. And also in Palm Beach County, the Cardinal-Newman Benjamin game going to be a bloodbath. I can't wait for that one, man. It's going to be a really good game. Jack Daniels and Kessler got something cooking in Palm Beach. Both Gator guys, bro. We should be able to pipeline that, man.
Yeah, shout out to Ricky, though, man. I think he's a big-time player. Martavius Collins, 4-star athlete. He was on campus for practice. Jamari Howard announced he's going to be visiting for the spring game. This is his second visit. This will be his second visit this spring cycle. I think he visited March the 22nd. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a big 3 battle with him. I like where we stand with Jamari. They're doing a pretty good job recruiting him. I don't think it's going to stick to Michigan State at all. I think it's going to be a pretty, like I said, big 3 battle. I want to say Florida's probably the more team I'm concerned at this point in time. But we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I need him not to make that visit, man. I need us to pull something off for that visit. Don't even go down.
Yeah, I need him coming that spring game. Come to the tailgate, Jamari. We'll go take care of you, baby. Big plate on deck.
You give him a coupon code?
Coupon code, baby. Keys to the city.
To the city.
Luke Cromenhawk, 4-star quarterback commit. Like I was saying earlier, Tramel Jones, I think he's going to be a 4-star. But I think Luke's going to be a top 50 player overall when it's all said and done within the cycle. He was invited to Elite 11 after being named Alpha Dog and a regional Elite 11 event. That kid is a player, man. Like, Denny didn't lie at all about the tools he had. I think he's just going to get better and better, too, as he wasn't even started at quarterback his sophomore year due to, they had another guy that was a blue chip guy that was committed to Auburn. So I think Luke is going to explode. Just continue to explode this cycle and be a top 50 guy when it's all said and done. And that's all I have on the recruiting standpoint, fellas.
Come on, Clemson. Y'all just wasting time.
Oh, no, that's a wrap.
Come on, gang.
They're whiffing that quarterback, ain't they?
Yeah, Clemson still. They should have been jumped in on that one.
Yeah. Well, they offered Nolan. You done, right?
Oh, you're done, yeah.
Yeah, they offered Aaron Nolan. Speaking of recruiting, his decision will be, you guys are hearing this Thursday, so his decision will be tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I think we had him pretty much bagged up until the Ohio State offer came in. At first, I was more confident, and then I did a little more research on it. basically, and if you look, they were already in his top 7, even though he didn't have the offer. So the recruitment has been going on for quite some time. So the relationships are there, more established than I originally understood. So it was basically really just getting them on campus. Word around town right now is like the staff kind of feels a lot more 50-50-ish now that they're involved. He did go on to tell The Athletic after the visit that he knows where he's going. So I would anticipate that he doesn't, but it's kids, so you never know. I would anticipate that he doesn't push back the commitment date. If he does, at this point, I think it may fare better for us. I'm not sure. That's just my gut. That's just my gut speaking. I don't,
y'all going for the pushback. Y'all only want like y'all.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think he's going to push back though. It's really, like I said, if you go check the temperatures, 50-50 from the Miami staffers. So I don't know if he does. That's what I'm saying. If he does do a pushback, which I don't think he is, because he said he knows where he's going. And at this point, you kind of want whatever class he decides to sign. Everybody wants the QB in. So especially a guy like him with more bigger name, more notoriety. So you would absolutely want that in. And I know whichever staff is going to be like, hey, man, we really need you to come on in and start being the flagship of this class. We get this thing rolling. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with the staff, I guess. I'm going to go 50-50. I would have been more confident, like, before the whole thing happened with Ohio State. I would have probably had him I honestly had him at like 70-75% coming on to Miami.
I would like to know, like, what would we even if I'm going against Ohio State for a quarterback right now, I don't even feel confident because they just, of course, winning.
She was in the same situation last year. We even though we ended up getting Brock Glenn, but we was remember we got those crystal balls and we got the hype for Brock Glenn, and Ohio State came in and offered it. Then boom, he committed to Ohio State. Then that recruitment was parting ways. They got somebody else, and we end up getting Brock Glenn back in the fold. But it's literally the same situation with you guys because we were the perceived favorite at one point in time, and then all that changed once they came in the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
And that wide receiver room on Ohio State is
it's hard.
Right. It's gonna be right. So it'd be more pivotal for us to get them because I think it could be way more because they already got Jeremiah Smith, 5-star wide receiver. Obviously, we're still trending well for his teammate. I think Josiah Trader. I think Josiah is going to be more of a show me a little bit with this offense and get some W's type guy. Not that we need to go crazy this year, but like show me some improvement and I'm in it.
Hey,
but
man, don't say he creeping, bro. Don't say he creeping, dog. He circling the block, man. He got his new engine last year. He can move a little bit now.
What other? You got them gold D's on that thing?
Put some sparkles and intake on
it. Boy, I got 100 spokes on that thing. Okay. So yeah, I would say he would be way more pivotal for our class. Oh, you were asking, but you were about to ask why would he pick us over Ohio State? Is that what you were kind of?
Yeah, like what do you what's your 50% lean on?
Because
he got to know another thing. Rito, I don't mean to cut you off, but he got to know, regardless of when how long Ohio State been recruiting, he do know that he ain't quarterback one for them. He's quarterback one for Miami, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So for that offer to come this late,
I think he has an easier path on the field at Miami, but at the same time, you got to look at this system. You can wait a little bit Ohio State. It's a machine, well-oiled machine, man. They turn them in and out as far as production. You go play with the best receivers by far in the country. Yeah. So it's give and take. Just depending on how you.
And that's where that's their strength, right? Like, but they also have a track record of a lot of QBs just falling off too, right afterwards, right? Like that's kind of if you're thinking next level, Ohio State quarterbacks usually don't translate well either. So that's kind of where I would be going with it. Like, well, yeah, they get them and they get the wide receivers, and then the minute it's over with, that plane crashes. I would say what we had is, especially with Dawson, the relationship was already there because of, like he said, he was recruiting them really heavily at Houston. He never let up and kept things going well there. And then he bring it all over to Miami, where he was already being recruited as well. So now you've got kind of twofold. in on that. And like you said, he wasn't their first selection. Now, in their defense, he needed to get on campus too. You know, Ohio State's not going to offer quarterback until they can actually get him on campus, get a look at him. So he just had his opportunity to get out there and actually.
Oh, they scheduled it after Jayden committed to Michigan for a reason, though. Like they scheduled.
Oh yeah.
Everything strategic.
Again, that's on him. You know, he got to see through it himself and decide. You know, who wants you. Decide what is going to be best for you. Because again, like CJ said, they're a well-oiled machine. Now, if he goes there, chances are he's going to be. Hell, Tate Martell looked good at Ohio State in his limited amount of time he got to play. He looked like
he got to play.
Yeah, he played because they blow teams out. So Tate played in like 4 or 5 games. He played like 4 games there in dirt time. You know what I'm saying? And even in that, he looked hella better than he did when he came to us. So you know, they do that. That's one thing they've been doing for quite some time. Very productive at the quarterback position. So
right.
When he did let out that quote, say he knows where he's going, I actually kind of like that a little better for us. Because like I said, I think he was always prioritized. He's always been our QB1. There are some established relationships there. Ohio State obviously ain't nothing to, you know, turn your nose up at either. And they do have a relationship. So it's just going to be one of them ones. Coin flip, I think. If you're making me pick, I'm going to go ahead and pick home team. Why not? Ain't going to hurt nothing. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And then
what time does it go down Saturday? I want to make sure I set my.
Is it Saturday? Oh yeah, the day.
Make sure my schedule clear.
Actually, I don't know. I'll never know. I know when the commitment come up, and I go, "Oh, okay." That's good to know. I will see if I can find out why we go through national. I'll see if I can pull it up while we're looking around.
One last question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's QB2? If
that's why I was about to pivot to.
Okay, cool.
Actually, QB2 for us right now. I mentioned Luke Moga last time I was on. But what I'm hearing now is Judd Anderson. Now, this ain't a highly touted guy at all, so that's why I said it pivots things a lot. And I do know we want to try to do a 2 QB class. Judd Anderson is a guy that I brought up before. When I first brought him up, he wasn't ranked at all. Now he's a 3-star. He's the 6'6" kid out of Georgia. It's about 6'6", 210. He's actually visiting campus as you guys are listening today, so he'll be swinging back around campus. He doesn't have a lot of you know, quarterbacks usually don't have a ton of big offers either. His second biggest offer right now would be Georgia Tech. So, and that's closer to home as well. So I think that situation, either way, they still want him in this class, but Dawson is really high on this kid. And around the program in general, that's kind of the feel is he's definitely a kid they want in this class, but that's why I was, you know, alluding to earlier. Nolan would be more pivotal because take an Emory Williams, right, who has gotten on campus. All reviews on Emory right now are great. He's a you know, looks the part, has good zip on the ball. Definitely a guy that they think, given a few years, could be the kind of could be a starting quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes, right, and be a good one. But Emory Williams didn't bring in that same kind of buzz, so you'd be looking at that same type of situation. If Judd is an actual, you know, specimen, he is an athlete in general. He played basketball as well. I believe he averaged a double-double. I think he was like a 19 and 10 type kid. So he's an athletic kid in general. I think, you know, that was another plus for them. So he would be, as of right now, even over Moga, would be QB2. And again, he is supposed to swing through Thursday or today as you guys are listening. Actually, I got a couple other people supposed to be coming through today, and then I'll get to some of the other guys that have already visited. Caleb Oden.
Did you guys AJ Harrison, did you guys offer him at quarterback? The quarterback out of Pompano.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Harrison, I still don't think it has an actual offer. He's been around, or let me see, because I think I actually had it right here. He's either just came through or is coming through. Let me check that right now. I was just looking at AJ Harrison. Yeah, so actually AJ just came through. Yeah, AJ just
I know
came
you
through.
visited. I didn't know if you guys offered or not.
Yeah, I think again it's kind of waiting on the dominoes thing, like you're saying.
Right.
I actually heard AJ want to be a Nole through the grapevine.
No, we ain't got none for that. Then quarterback, no.
Ain't no, I supposed to ain't no room. That's
I
what I heard.
want a lot of stuff.
That's fine. Hey, sometimes they're coming back to bite you in the ass. I remember there's definitely been some guys that want to be Canes that ended up Noles and kicked our ass.
Yeah, I mean, if you go on the ball, that's cool. But I know Luke, we're gonna take one in a second. And
Yeah, that's
got
what's
our
up.
one. Yeah,
Now one too. I feel you. Yeah. I understand the city, bro. Shout out to LSU girls team too, man. Matter of fact, shout out to Fly J.
Sure. Yeah.
Shout out to Fly J, bro. That's for the city, man. Camouflage daughter, legend in our town. But yeah, I don't think he has an actual offer yet.
I'm not scared because I want to be a Nole too. Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you should have been. Shit.
all dreams don't come true.
That's a fact. I mean, that was something I heard, through back channels type talk, but it's all good.
He put out a tweet out there in a whole lot of Florida State gear and the spear.
Hey, like I
said, he took a visit.
Yeah.
He came and hung out.
Yeah. Mike went in the picture though, so I don't know if they knew he was there.
Mike was in the studio whipping up their next song. He whipped up a song right about this time last year. I want to say Mike was in the studio.
What was that shit for?
They say Randy had him on campus for a linebacker workout.
Hey, you probably did, man.
He about to commit.
That's the reason Mike ain't know. Randy won't make that.
No, by any means necessary. That boy gonna switch to linebacker.
Right. We're gonna show his valves on point.
Yeah. He's an athlete. Don't worry about it. I got him. This is my room. Get out my room. But I think he would probably, especially if Nolan picks Ohio State. I think he could. Yeah, he'll probably get that offer if it doesn't go that way. Okay. So Caleb Odom, 4-star tight end out of Georgia, 6'5", 205 kid. He'll be in today. Hanging out for a little while. I think these are all 2-day visits actually. 4-star cornerback Josh Philstein.
Hey man, they speak my people's names right, bro.
You don't know how to speak your people's names.
I sure
right?
don't.
Don't you come put that pressure on me? I think I what's wrong. I probably could pronounce it better, but I scribbled it a little bit. So now I'm like, wait, what did I write? It's the actual handwriting.
Philistine, I think it is, man. But
Philistine, okay.
Josh a ball player, bro.
Yeah, no, he's I was gonna say he's actually a guy that's to my understanding pretty high on our board. Like I explained, Ray earlier, cornerback is gonna be a dire need this cycle. We have a really vast board, but he is a guy to my understanding that the staff in general is high on. 5'11", 160 kid out of West Palm Beach. So he'll be down today.
Crazy ceiling. Hasn't been playing football terribly a long time. Was more of a hooper growing up, but his ceiling's crazy. Will Levy at cornerback out there as well. Carter Newman got some guys. I know Florida State and Miami
Levy a solid player.
They got some ball players, bro.
And I mean, and when you say that, I'm always, I think I actually heard that Urban say that on y'all show too. And I kind of like that too. I like multi-sport athletes in general.
Right.
I just think that diversity just helps y'all overall athleticism and it translates well on the field. That's why I always think football players are like out of the pro sports, the most elite athletes.
It is.
Yeah, it's the most elite athletes. Most football players
I have this conversation all the time, man. Go to eat. What campus you go to? Whenever you have like intramural sports, the football team running that shit. For the football, like for instance, we had I went to Tully Gym, one of the FSU gyms, and Chris Casher came in that thing. You know, remember Chris Casher, defense end. He hang out with Jameson, all right, man. Casher was the best bitch in that gym by far, dog. Killing people. Man, the football, it's just different, dog. Football players are the best athletes as far as doing multiple things
all around, right?
Yeah. Like I was saying on the John Bostic show, the first time I seen him in the gym.
Yeah, it was basketball, you said.
Yeah, he was playing basketball, but I'm like, bro, who is that kid right there with all that twitch? You know?
Yeah.
You could just see it. One thing about Josh and Will and those guys at Newman as well, just to close that up, both of them are track guys. You know, sub 11 second 100-meter guys. They're around 10.6, 10.7, so they both can fly. And they're new to track. They only been running track one season, probably their second season running track. So these guys are new to it, but they're very athletic, and the ceiling's crazy.
Very good. And I do want to mention with the tight end offer, we did switch position coaches. So Cody Woodiel, as I believe you say his name, he is now our on-field tight ends coach. He was helping last year with a lot of recruiting situations. Field is second.
I missed this whole thing. What happened?
Yeah, he is on field now as our tight ends coach. Field, Coach Stephen Field, has moved to back to the recruiting office. To my understanding, though, he's actually being elevated. He comes from that already, anyways. He's been elevated within that office to like an executive position, so he's kind of like going to be one of the top guys in the recruiting office. He's a hell of a recruiter. So I kind of was like, well, you know, taking him off field sucks a little bit, but then it's also going to give him an opportunity to recruit a little bit more across the board and oversee things. He's a great relationship guy. People really, really like Stephen Field. But I'm hearing really good things about Cody Woodiel as well. And he's got a great board. We have a lot of elite tight ends that have been coming through. So it's not I don't think it's going to fall off much on his tutelage. He is supposed to be, you know, by all accounts, kind of a rising star.
He had the best player on the team, and he went off the field. That's crazy.
It's only going to get upper. It's going upper from here. So, but now Woodiel again is you know, kind of regarded as a young gunner, young star. You know me, man. Get me young. I'm tired of these retreads and old heads.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just time to move on, man. It's a new day, new age. Mario, I think, learned a lot from last year, bringing in all them old heads. They don't want to work no more. You know, Coach Steele's used to having the most elite talent. You know, he's like, man, I ain't come here to work. I come here to scheme. Now I just wanted to say, you know, pull out some base packages and y'all just dominate. So yeah, that is an update with the staff. Not a major change because he was already off field. It's just basically swapping out guys in that position. But back to some more visitors. I guess we'll hit the biggest one that has already occurred would obviously be 5-star David Stone. You know, so it was his back-to-back visit. This time he came back with the family, and things went awesome, man. It was essentially, you know, the whole word was basically got to get that family convinced that this could be a spot. I'm not, you know, penciling him into this class yet or anything like that. But we had no shot essentially until moms got on campus. That was basically it. That's why pretty much it was kind of a foregone conclusion that he pretty much was going to go back to Oklahoma after his season at IMG. And of course, Oklahoma is still the biggest player there, I would say. Michigan State still, he's still going to Michigan State, even though his primary recruiters left. You know, that could be a respect thing. I still think I would put him third as of right now. He'll get out there. He is still going to honor that visit. He canceled the Ohio State visit to come back and see us for that second week. So that speaks well. But everything went real well, man. Just the whole family there. Little brother going crazy, throwing up to you. And, you know, like I say, he's got a lot of IMG homies there. So they definitely helped themselves a lot. Mario has taken the defensive tackle position very personal this year. Something he wants to go ahead, CJ. Go ahead. I'll let you get your joke off now. I even gave it a 9 out of 10. It was good work.
That was actually.
That was good work.
I did an old-fashioned cackle when I read that.
I was going, man. I had, you know, I grade jokes, and I'm a fair grade.
He definitely should take control of the type of recruiter. Because damn, bro,
they measured Donald Trump and they put his height and weight on Twitter. It was 6.270. My man TJ, I'm sorry, my man CJ said, "Man, you can play defensive tackle at Miami right now." I'm like, put that boy in the go-kart package, man.
Right.
That's what really had me crying. I said, "Oh man, he's gonna be in my go-kart." But you know, I'm a fair judge.
Now I seen you was of course what you was talking about, and then I guess a reporter was out there and put out a little. Somebody had tweeted out this little excerpt saying like, "Man, them boys get mauled. them boys get mauled out there. The vegan D tackles get mauled out there, or whatever." I couldn't stop laughing at that.
Yeah, good work, man. Good work, man. Like I said, 9 out of 10, man. Top notch work, man. That's the ones you get me with, fellas. You gotta have good jokes. I don't be mad at the corny ones. Anyways, so I like how they position themselves in that recruitment. You know, I like Miami now. You know, if it was a foregone conclusion that he wasn't coming, I definitely like where we sit in that recruitment at this point. He actually even said his mom already gave him the green light, so if he wants to, he's good to go. But again, I think he's going to honor his Michigan State visit and maybe do a few more because, you know, he's recruitment, visiting high type stuff too. You know, you're just coming off of everybody had a good time. And I actually respect that. I'd rather you sit back and analyze things a little bit there.
I'd rather you commit. I ain't got time for that.
Well, being a Miami guy, I had a lot of those guys. Yeah, I'm all in. This is dream school. 2 months later, hey man, respect my decision. I want to thank all you motherfuckers over there for raising my profile, but I'm out. Yeah, I'm cool on that. I am ready to get this thing rolling though. I hope it's Aaron Nolan. I am a little anxious to get somebody besides we got a kicker? Yeah, kicker in the class. Yeah, I'm a little prepared now. I'm ready for that. But
I heard the kicker, like in this huddle clips, he got some quarterback plays and some fake kicks or whatever, man. So
don't do it. We almost pulled that play off first off. Right there. I was right there.
I got one kicker, Life Wallet in the blender. He's looking rough right now, bro. We're gonna see if y'all can get some.
Y'all always on Life Wallet. I don't never know what's up. Especially when they start talking that spec. I'd be like, bro, what is it? You going to jail or something? Just tell me that. You going to jail.
Show me the end result.
That what it sounded like.
Yeah, if you going to jail, just tell me. Like, oh, she going to jail too? Damn, we can't never get somebody ain't going to jail. You going to jail. Well, as long as them checks clear. Can the check still clear from jail? That'd actually be kind of lit.
Yeah, man. It's just some, I don't
top
know.
scammers.
I ain't trying to get into the deepness of the articles that dropped, but just more articles about Life Wallet and Darren Rovell dropped something with just the findings of what's going on. I think he got a couple more weeks before they could delist Life Wallet as a stock, but he's been trading under $1 for. Once you trade under $1 for 30 days, they kind of get you up out of there. But
yeah,
that's been the gist of it. Yeah,
I agree with that though. You can't hang with us. You ain't even $1. You ain't even $1, man. Get up out of here.
Seat's taken.
Man, they said in the article too. I gotta say this part. He said in the article too that my man John told the original owner of Life Water he beat him up and shit, man. Like, you know I can fuck you up, and he still haven't paid the dude. Like, dude hasn't got.
Oh, fell out. You just see, I done told you about talking about my own boy.
Plugged in.
Cut your water off. You know what I mean? Uncle, turn your water off, boy. He tell you he get addresses and everything. You know how Unc do it. Let me say you do it. Just come on in here. A couple other high profile guys that came through, important guys that have been through recently. LJ McCray was up here at the same time, out of Mainland in Daytona Beach. Big kid, 4-star.
My guy.
Yeah, I knew it. I was like, I thought he had on a Bethune shirt too. I guess that's they school colors as well.
Nah, it may have been the Cookman shirt because their school colors are blue and gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Malin Bucks.
Yeah, he came through. Again, just another great time. Like I said, that's why I'm waiting on these kids to be like, man, these guys stupid. Jason Taylor don't know what he doing out there.
Right.
Just fumbling around, keep talking about he got a gold jacket. Who cares, man? I go get me a gold jacket too.
Right, keep it G.
Yeah, but
give me something bad.
Yeah, I want to hear, but you can't, man. You gotta keep them relationships good. You never know who you're gonna run back into. Yeah, he came through interior, 4-star interior offensive lineman, Jason Zandamela.
He a Noles too. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna be a no. I was actually about to say that. 6'3",
But no,
285
but
out
I
of
did want to say
Clearwater.
something about LJ. I think you mentioned his size. I think LJ is going to. He's going to grow into a defensive tackle, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I
Just
saw a
knowing
picture of him.
he's big, and just the frame he had as a kid. Dad is a big dude too. It won't surprise me because Dad's about 6'3", 6'4", a big guy too. Won't surprise me at all. Well, I'm not surprised. I know for a fact that LJ, his frame wise, he's going to go into an athletic defensive tackle.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, Gabby got a couple of pics of some of those guys coming on campus, and yeah, he a grown man with it already. He's very much. You got that, you got that triangle shape already. He looked like a grown man. And I agree with you. I definitely can see him kicking inside, putting on another 25 pounds or something like that, and being one of those really athletic disruptors up the middle. And with that size, could also be good against the run. So,
Hey, you know what's this tweet that said power went out. Say it was way back. Ruins outside, flipping my switch.
I told you, boy, man. Y'all gonna learn. That's why I don't never talk down on him. You know what I'm saying? Let Unc do his thing. I hear all the rumors. I'm with you. And if they get my dog, guess who? I'll be the first one to come out with some free Ruiz shirts. I'll be the first cat.
I think Ruiz outside flipping my switch, man.
Yeah, I told you.
That's what Larion just said.
I just tell you, man. That remind me of that time when we were talking about pleasure to the flag. Next thing you know, everybody click, you out of here. Don't try it, buddy.
I said, Ruiz, all my lights blink. I'm like, yo.
Yeah. All right. Keep on. 4-star running back, Khalil Valentine, 6 foot 175 out of Arizona. He was on campus with us recently. Also, Jordan Lau, another 6-footer, 180-pound 4-star running back out of St. Thomas Aquinas. Running back board to me right now, I know we're going to bring in two in this class because next year, depending on if we have a really successful year, you could definitely be in a position to lose two. You could lose, like if we have a couple of guys that go crazy and get 800 yards, then you'd be out too. Say like a Don Chaney. Don Chaney's looking good and healthy. Again, knock on wood. Hopefully this brother can stay healthy. I really do think he's one of the best backs in the country if healthy. But that's your biggest availability is your biggest ability is your availability. So if healthy, I really think he can make some noise. So going to take two this cycle. To be honest with you, the board's a little murky for me. It's like who's A1, and then who's guys that they're kind of following up behind. If I kind of had to, oh, I just saw the chat. My bad. If I had to take a stab at it, who would be kind of at the top of the running back board right now? Maybe kind of Chris Humphrey. I may go Chris Humphrey, Anthony Carey. So again, it's still early as far as like to it down, but I know they're getting bodies on, and this definitely is going to be a 2 running back class for us. A couple of linebackers out of the Maryland area came through. Simeon Coleman. Both of these guys are 3 stars. He's a 6-footer, 210 pounds out of Maryland. And also Keyshawn Flowers, another kid out of Maryland, a little bit bigger at 6'2", 215. These guys just got their they just came on campus the other day as well. And praise be to I'm forgetting cuz name. What's that?
Allah.
Yeah, that too. I'm all good with that. And also praise to my boy Willie Nelson, man, the Most High. Anyway, I lost my train of thought on that one, but Dylan Day, he's still unranked. I'm with y'all too. It's like, hey man, y'all can update these rankings. Still unranked kid, but he did get a chance to visit. He was actually first offer from New DC, so came in. He's a Louisiana kid, so this is a kid he's high on. and
Man, that's the kid.
Lance Guidry.
That's the kid. He was about to take Tulane with him, bro.
I mean, hey, Tulane put kids in the league too.
Okay, I feel it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why he ain't running. When I was joking, I'm just joking.
I mean, I'm kind of with you there, but he told him to come on through. No, I was just saying how he still is. He what now?
Your D tackle?
No, corner. He's a corner. 6 foot 170. A few more guys, and we'll get out of there. 3-star linebacker Chris Cole, 6'3", 210 out of Virginia, came through. 3-star linebacker Cole Sullivan, 6'3", 200 out of Pittsburgh. He was also on campus. DeAndre Robinson, really big kid. He was kind of a surprise pop-up. He's 6'4", 300 out of Orlando Jones. He kind of surprise popped up, but he did the whole photo shoot and all that type deal. Definitely looks like a guy, looks the part of some of the guys we want to try to bring in this cycle as far as the, take care of removing that go-kart package a little bit. We'll put the Mack trucks back up there. We got to get these little fellas kind of, one side, young man, no offense. But got to get your last up out of the way. 3-star athlete Amir Jackson, 6'5", 220 out of Georgia. He's a guy that we're looking at as a tight end. He's also been on campus as of recently. A couple of offers, and then that's kind of it for me as far as recruiting wise goes. 3-star wide receiver Kevin Levy. Yeah, you were just talking about him actually. Yeah. We just also out of West Palm Beach, listed at 6 foot 170. He just got an offer, and Division II wide receiver Jaquez Jackson. He's a kid that in 2 years he's played. He's got he's 6'3", 175 out of Pennsylvania area. In 2 years he's amassed 1,900 yards and 21 touchdowns. He's kind of his profile's rising all in all over Division I Power 5 schools. He just recently received an offer from us as well.
A lot of production.
I think that takes care of. Oh, actually, AJ, not AJ Harrison. Sorry, who's the safety? Because we were talking safeties. Oh, Peyton Woodyard, safety. I know y'all talking about how safety stuff shaking up. I think Georgia's got 3 committed right now, so you can see some shake up there. He's actually committed to Georgia. He's out of St. John Bosco, 6'2", 190-foot kid, 190-pound kid. He just got an offer from us as well, and there was a JUCO corner I wanted to mention as well. Sion Laule, we'll say, 6'4", 185, out of San Mateo. He plays at College of San Mateo. Again, the cornerback room's got to get a hell of a lot better. So he was another guy that received an offer. And that's it.
I got one more real quick visit that because you were talking about running backs and it caught my attention. 2024 4-star running back Christian Clark out of Phoenix, Arizona, was on campus this weekend. You hear Phoenix, Arizona, but his mom, she's a legacy. She went to Florida State, and he has a lot of ties with family within the Niceville area. So I'm assuming they was from the Florida area and then moved out west. But to FSU fans, look at this kid's film. Look at this kid film, Christian Clark. He's a playmaker at running back, real big time. It's a guy that said he'll be back on campus, man. Just something to follow. A name to follow, Definitely look out for his recruitment. Watch his film, Christian Clark. That's all I got. We go ahead and jump into Camp Talk.
I'm going to check his film, too. And if he's nice, I'm going to send him to Jaluk.
Boy, player, man. Oh, no, he don't rock with Gators, man. He's mama big nose.
He don't know he rock with the Gators.
It's his decision. It's his decision. I'm not going to force him anywhere.
Right.
Some quick practice notes, man. And hey, hit the like button, subscribe, help us climb the algorithms. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The roll up is kicking each and every Wednesday, man. Pull up and kick it with us. It's the
that power.
Ruiz. The power of Ruiz.
Ruiz going crazy.
He's got some tidbits. He ain't going crazy. It ain't murder mercs. It's misdemeanor mercs, bro. We ain't no murders.
Oh no.
That's my name, bro. I'm just not.
Hey, you going to get in the head of it.
Yeah, I just never been like he's playing. He's not playing bad
Man,
football.
what's
Listen to
crazy?
me.
What might could happen if that kid enrolled early and get on campus, it would be how these quarterbacks, how what y'all have been saying about these quarterbacks. It wouldn't surprise me if Austin actually starts at some point during that season. That it could be that situation if you guys trying to be on campus that early.
At 17, that'd be crazy.
It would be crazy.
No, I think if he does arrive, he sits for a little bit. I don't foresee him playing. Graham Mertz and haven't been playing bad. He's just not. It's just going to be a huge drop off from the talent level of Anthony Richardson, dynamic stuff you've seen at that position, to what Graham Mertz offers. He's not playing bad. He's not throwing a ton of interceptions. He's not throwing the ball in the dirt. He's an average quarterback. He's giving us average play, but he's making some highlights out there with Ricky Pearsall is his favorite target. Hit him consistently on 20-yard passes and deeper. So he's got a nice 20 to 30 yards is where you want to keep it at. You don't want him throwing 70-yard bombs or anything crazy. But
Restrepo light.
Who, Ricky Pearsall?
Yeah.
Nah, Restrepo wish he was Ricky Pearsall. You kidding?
Never that. Nobody want to be no damn
smooth
Ricky.
Enough for pretty Ricky.
Who want to be named Ricky? Nobody even wants to be named Ricky.
His name is Espresso. Like, you got to call me something outside of like Espresso.
No, I like espresso. I know it's supposed to be a slight.
What his routes look like? Did he put Florida State DBs in the blender? Is what I want to know.
He ain't play.
See,
his greatest ability is being hampered right now.
Yeah, he ain't got no availability, man.
I just think it's crazy when my top guy is a slot. It's a problem when your top guy is a slot. His ass is just beautiful. Everything's good.
No. I haven't said anything about like top guy. I mean, any takes on that. You guys aren't bringing in any wide receivers in the recruiting department, and I think that's going to be a problem in the future. You guys brought some slots in, but you guys aren't bringing any wides out that are threatening anything. In my opinion.
No, I agree with that. I agree with you there.
Ricky Pearsall can't be out. Ricky Pearsall should never be our number one receiver at the University of Florida. He's good. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver. He's going to make a lot of money in the league, but he should never be our number one wide receiver. But he is right now. Guys like Andy Jean, hearing some Mizell talk. Mizell caught a bomb as well that turned some heads, did a little toe tap with it. He's making some plays. Montrell Johnson's probably had the best week as far as running backs. Etienne is eating. He's back into contact form. He took the non-contact jersey off. They got a highlight out there on the Gator page of him breaking a big one. But Montrell has been the most consistent this camp, and it's been just killing it. Freshman Roger Kearney is turning a lot of heads. He won't start because our offensive line is very solidified, but he's on the 2 deep. They're expecting him to be maybe the backup center. Not playing guard, they move him over to center. He's doing pretty well.
That's what Atkins was going to use him as well. He's going to move him center.
Yeah, no, he's going to be a player, bro. Jack Miller dropped a pretty pass. I can't put these clips out there, but I got some people that send me some stuff. But he dropped a pretty pass out of the sky, 40-yard bomb to Caleb Douglas. Caleb Douglas started to come on towards the end of the year last year. Had a big drop in the Florida State game, but outside of that, he's going to be a ball player. Aldis Bordenham, the tight end, young boy, he was out injured last year, but with Keon Zipper out, he's been the underneath target. Graham Mertz's favorite target at Wisconsin was the tight end. So Aldis Bordenham is going to be very important, but he's shining out there. He's the main go-to guy. Tight end 1.
Aldis Bordenham. It's a good name. I like that name.
He's how you want to make him. I like Keon Zipper, but he's more of an H-back type. It's like 6'2"-ish, 6'1", 6'2"-ish. This kid is 6'4", 6'5", basketball body, just like Dan Mullen liked him. It's okay to have basketball players at tight end, but I don't want them at receiver. Can't be slow. Can't just be bodying people up. Jordan Castell, another freshman at the safety position, had 3 big pass breakups, also had an interception, dropped another interception, but he's going to be a player at safety. Safety room in competition to me is a little wide open. I know Kamari Wilson and my man Miguel Mitchell are going to be leading the way, but it's going to be a lot of opportunity in that safety room, and he's making some plays. Sharice Denson as well, making some plays at the slot position, corner, had himself an interception in the pass breakup as well. Had a great week of practice from what I was told. Scooby Williams played well. A couple big tackles in the backfield for some tackles for losses. Nillen as well at defensive end. Both of those guys are eating. Chris McClellan, the defensive tackle out of Oklahoma. Just living in the backfield is what I was told. So we have Cam Jackson that came over from Memphis. He's going to be the starter. Desmond Watts is also at defensive tackle, looking like a nimble 450 pounds running around at camp. Want him to lose some more weight, but we're not going to count on him as much as we did last year because Chris and my man Cam are shining right now, and I think they're 1 and 2. I think Desmond Watson is going to be more situational football this year.
Is he really up to forfeit? Is that the upper? That'd be up, right?
Yeah, he up. He said he was down. He had some content he did with the Gator Collective right after the season, right before spring football. I'm not saying right before spring football started to say he was down. But when the staff put out the way, it said 450. But just to be real, from what I'm hearing, it's more than just eating. It's a lot going on with it. I hope he get the whole situation figured out. But it's further than him being lazy and not just hitting the weight room. But we won't have to count on him as much because it's hard. As good as he could be when in spurts, teams go no huddle. It's hard to get him off the field. It's not an easy task. But that's all I got for spring, man. It's not a whole lot going on. I don't think we got one more scrimmage left. It's like today or tomorrow, and then next week is the main spring game, and I'll be out there next Thursday kicking it with the people. But that's all I got as of now. I just want to stay injury free and keep competition going like it's going, man. But I'm not mad at Camp Talk. Hearing some good things out there. I do want to find me a quarterback in the portal. That's just what it is. Graham Mercer just sounds too pedestrian for me from what I'm hearing.
Real quick, since we were talking wide receivers a second ago, who is your outside guys? Who's like one and two out there?
I would imagine Xavier Henderson's going to have one of the spots held down. He's coming back. Hearing that Jaquavion Frazier might transfer. Just some smoke out there about him. But I think Andy Jean is going to be the other outside wide receiver.
Okay.
Caleb
I was wondering
Douglas
if Gene might grab one of those spots.
Yeah, I could see him possibly starting over, and it could be Caleb Douglas and Andy Jean. Who knows? But I could see Caleb Douglas maybe starting over Andy Jean to start the season off. But those are, I think, the main 3 rotations of the outside wide receiver would be Xavier Henderson, Caleb Douglas, and Andy Jean, in my opinion. That's who I want to see out there, and that's what I'm hearing the most from.
Gotcha. No doubt.
Watch for that Frazier smoke. I think Ole Miss is a player there as well.
Yeah. Mr. Nasty Man. Lane's at it again.
Yeah, you know how Lane get big.
Twitter fingers.
It's okay, Lane. We watching your quarterback room, dog. You watching my receiver room, and I'm watching your quarterback room, man. You got a 3-man competition out there, and I'm lurking.
Somebody got to come on in. Somebody.
Bounce. Somebody at Georgia gonna have to bounce. Somebody at Bama gonna have to bounce. Some people, Texas. It's some quarterbacks gonna have to hit this portal, and they're gonna have to come talk to
Fair enough. Makes sense. You want to jump in and see, or you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, real quick. I don't gonna be too long. Just some stuff from the last week or so. Jordan Travis has been playing lights out. He's really been in his bag lately. Full command offense. It's kind of like a mid-season form, man. He has a focus about himself in regards to what he wants to do and stuff like that. So Jordan has been playing really well. Johnny Wilson, man, this dude has been balling. Like he's starting to really put it all together as far as being a complete receiver, which is something I've been talking about since I saw Johnny, as far as route running and stuff like that. At Arizona State, he was still raw and had injury issues as well. So for him to have a full season of playing and then get back to it in the spring, I think Johnny is really taking that next step. Better route runner, just complete athlete as far as making acrobatic catches and things like that. He's been one of one as far as the plays he's made during spring practice. Norvell also pointed out Patrick Surtain's emphasis on takeaways and getting tips and things like that. And that's been a good thing for FSU as it's turned to interceptions and more pass breakups. So he's real big on, tipping the ball and things like that, getting your hands in there, because that could cause good things as far as, once the ball is in the air. And also, tracking and running to the ball once it is tipped in the air, because those are easy picks. Jared Verse and Josh Farmer, they've been pretty dominant doing their thing, versus Verse. But Farmer has really come along as far as his development as a defensive tackle. Jaheim Bell still making crazy plays, just an amazing athlete, ball in his hands in space. He had a couple of catches where he had to stretch out for and make some plays. But it's going to be fun to see how they use him in the offense because he's just a matchup nightmare as far as for opposing teams. Linebacker, safety, really don't matter, man. Pick your poison. He can do whatever you want to him as far as speed, size, and things like that. And that's all I got so far.
What's that other tight end looking like?
Morlock?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Morlock. He's been a little slow as far as his development, as far as catching on to the game because he came from that D2 school. But the last couple of practices, he's been catching along as far as getting caught up to the speed, made some plays. But I think it's going to be a 3 tight end room because I don't think Marquise Douglas and the tight end we had last year, the tight end 2 we had last year, pretty much the second half of the season started being tight end 1 for us. I don't think he's going to give up a spot that easy, man. So it's going to be an interesting 3 tight end race as far as as far as Morlock getting touches and things like that. But Jaheim Bell, he's going to be solidifying the offense. But it's going to be interesting to see how that competition shakes out with Morlock and Douglas because Douglas he said he ain't giving that shit up too easily.
No doubt. All right, take it on over to Green Tree. In spring, not a whole lot's changed, so I'll hit you with kind of the more biggest news coming out right now. The aforementioned Don Chaney has been looking, again, really good, very physical, not showing any signs of injury or slowing. He's just a kid that I've been high on. Keep him healthy again. I think he could be an elite back in the country. So he's been looking good in spring so far. No new shakeups on the O-line. Everything's kind of remained the same. I can help. CC is now, I've heard, is Francis Mawigoa. That's his nickname. So this helps me separate him. And then his brother's nickname is Kiko. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is going to really help me out when I'm trying to discuss football. He's still maintaining that right tackle spot. Mirabal spoke really well, highly of him. He's like, he's not guessing when he goes to him in the room. He knows what he's doing, why he's doing it, able to call out things. So, again, if you get Zion back, things could get interesting. I don't know how that timeline is really developing. I'm kind of hearing he's kind of being protected in bubble wrap type deal, but I don't know. The longer you sit out too, your spot just ain't quite as solidified as you may think. They're really praising Jalen Rivers out there at left tackle, which he came in from high school playing tackle. So he started out at tackle. We kicked him inside because of Zion. He's playing left guard. So, we get Zion back in fall, I'm assuming, and then we can see if we're going to be any other major changes up there. But right now, you may be looking at the starting O-line as is right now. Something to just keep an eye on. There's a few guys out, but I don't think, like, Matt McCoy is a guy they really like as well. Matt won't be challenging for a starting spot this year. He'd be more looking for a backup role. Let's see. McCormick went back to tight end 1. So I don't know what to really make of that, but he has been elevated back to the first team. I don't know, Skinner. I don't know what to make of that. If he's
We've seen them Skinner clips. We know.
Yeah, I see Skinner. Like I said, man, he has a lot of ability. You got to catch that ball though. That's what I worry about. I haven't heard that that's what's going on, but when I heard that he's been, demoted back down again, I'm like, man, I know he done been out there dropping just shit he got to catch. That's just my mind. Nobody told me that. That's just in my mind. That's it there at the wide receiver spot. Jacoby Young was in a red non-contact, so I'm assuming he's a little dinged up. And so it was an opportunity for Isaiah Horton to get out there and start in his position. To my understanding, did look impressive. Definitely looks like he'll be an option to go to. I don't expect. I think our day one will be Restrepo in the slot. I think you'll see Jacoby George on one side and Kobe Young on the other side, I think is what you'll see. But I think Horton will definitely be a guy that'll get into the rotation, be a guy that spells the outside receiver. So promising there because he is a big body kid, not necessarily a burner type, but it does give us another big body out there. And that's pretty much it for the offensive side. If you look on the other side of the ball, we at corner, I'll start the worst. Corner's still bad. And it's going to be, we're really going to have to depend on that defensive line, where I do think we have some depth and some, at least on the edges for sure. I think we got a lot of guys there. And I think, kind of how we used some of the guys last year to move inside and outside. We'll have to get creative with that, I think, depending on some of the packages we'll be facing. And, Gidry likes to stand guys up a lot too. So some of your defensive ends, like a lighter guy like Cyrus Moss, who still hasn't quite packed on weight yet, you may see him have a role because from my understanding, he's still great at pass rushing, but he still hasn't developed the power to just hand in the ground and lock up with some of these tackle types. But if you get him up, standing upright, gets a little wiggle, a little head start, he's a guy that can still get to the quarterback.
A finesse pass rusher.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we had one similar to that, Alex McAllister. I don't know if the fans remember him, but it took forever for him to get decent weight to get on the field. And when he did, it was just, he killed with finesse moves and ended up going to the league. Didn't last that long, but
got
it
to.
happens.
Yeah, they got to. Yeah. A lot of people never get in the door. So yeah, right now the starting corners are Brown, the older Brown, and Porter. Just to me, I'm like, well, this has kind of been a round robin and trying to figure out. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if younger Brown, Damari, comes in and ends up maybe solidifying one of the spots, because it just haven't found any consistency there. Chris Graves is another guy, flashes, no consistency yet, but he did come in young, so he still got a little more learning to do. It will be, to me, when we go play on Saturdays, that'll be my most concerning position, will be the cornerbacks. And that's why I mentioned also the JUCO corner has an opportunity as well. Just gotta get better there. Ain't no sugarcoating it. We had a pretty good class, but not everybody was gonna be ready to go. Maybe if we were able to hold on to Kamani, he could have been a guy. Maybe I was still a little concerned with him, even with just some of the weight concerns there. I thought he might get a little bullied sometimes, but as of now, the guys that we brought in, good class, I would say Damari would have the best chance of jumping in. But again, and that's why that wide receiver board is so widespread as it is right now. At the safety room, we got James Williams back using red, no contact, but he's running around doing the drill. So he had a torn labrum, got that repaired, and he is back out there with the team. So that's really good news. Get him back out there. Nothing else really shaking up too much in the safety position. I think we'll be good there with Cam Kitchens, James Williams, Jaden Davis will be a rotational guy. Marquise Williams, a guy they really like. Again, still a little slighter frame, but a good ball hawk and good fluid guy out there. He's a guy that could probably use another year to put on some more weight as far as being able to take on tackling. If he's coming up against maybe a back that gets out to the outside, that would be probably his biggest deficit in this game right now. But all in all, does look good out there. Linebackers.
Here's my real quick.
Go ahead.
James Williams' time is flying by. What year he in, real quick?
This will be. That COVID shit make it so weird.
Yeah, he's been on campus.
I think this will be his. I think this is third year.
Okay.
I think this will be his third year.
Yeah.
So he could leave after this one.
Got you.
Because remember, he was a part of the COVID recruiting class.
Okay,
yeah, so he wasn't pre that. So yeah, this is his third season.
He's gonna get to the NFL and they're gonna figure out his position. He's gonna be a killer.
And all in all, James really didn't play terrible last year. He just had some missed tackles, and that was because of the torn labrum. So
just don't look like a safety, bro.
Me too. I've said that too. I've even said, and I'm again, it ain't coming from hate. I don't know if that's where it's at. Right. Ultimately, I just don't know if that's where it's at.
It's okay when you get recruited. Yeah, when you get recruited, you get to make those decisions in college that like, I can hit the portal. But in the NFL draft, hey, listen, bro, we're gonna send you over here to this linebacker room and put some weight on you a little bit and see if we can do some things.
I mean, it worked for Ray Armstrong. I was just talking about him the other day. You know, Ray played safety for us. Got to meet him when we did the interview at the Cush House. Huge individual. I was like, how does this guy ever play safety? Like, this is a large individual, bro. So it could be a situation I think that may play out like that as well eventually in the league. So we'll see how that comes along. He's anyways, like I said, he's back. So linebackers. I think the biggest news coming out of that is Kiko Francisco. He's going to start. They've been impressed with him. Again, looks the part, physical frame, has control of the defense already. So they've been playing a little bit with some of the lineups, but he's been one of the more consistent. He does fit more the physical prototype. Pushing, I think, for the alternate, for the other side would be Keontra Smith has been doing his thing. Keontra's the dog, look undersized, but he's faster than a flag. So you do get that upside of him. He does have the speed. Yeah, does have more speed than the flag. Flag, though, has also reshaped himself. Said he's down about 10 pounds. He just thought it was necessary so that he could get quicker himself.
When you say
I think it's
yourself, I be thinking about the body shape of the girls wearing them.
I think it's an improved room in general from the young guys we brought in, but obviously you don't want to lean on them yet. Wesley Basainto will be definitely playing a lot again. He picked up snaps again at the end of last year. If you asking me who probably starts, I would go Kiko and Wesley. Will probably be my two starting linebackers. I think again though the room is improved, not killers or nothing like that, but just an improved room altogether. It'll be better than it has been over the last couple of years. And some of these young guys, Chase Smith's another guy that's been out with injuries that hopefully we get back in fall. He's another athletic guy that I think plays good, could play good linebacker ball as well. But again, he's just been one of those banged up dudes. And that's really about it. Like I said, D ends, we're gonna have a lot of versatility there. A lot of depth there. D tackle again, not to beat that dead horse, but we'll be looking to try to see if we can add a run stopping type D tackle in the portal. So nothing else really going on outside of that.
Oh man, you seen Middle Tennessee State made the rings?
I saw that, but I didn't get it. What was that? What did they win? What was the ring?
I guess the bowl game rings, but they put that 45-31 on the side of it.
Oh, see, I didn't see, because I was like, why y'all laughing at it? I didn't get it. I didn't see the 45-31.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was hilarious.
Okay. I was like, what's funny?
Yeah, he
I
put
didn't see the score. I didn't see the score. Okay.
Shout out to Coach Rick, man. I like that, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, he's a Florida
So I
State
looked at it in the
trolling.
group chat and I was like,
Yeah, Florida State guy. That was beautiful, man. Remember, I didn't know this until we had that conversation that he coached at Cookman as well. So
yeah.
that was dope. Man.
He in the trenches with it. Then he done been there. He been in Florida State.
Right, come in with John. That was the connection John had to him.
Right.
When was him coaching at Cookman when his dad was there?
His dad, his dad.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we're controlling this big three. We're gonna take it all the way to other jobs. He had still trolling.
Still kicking out. He's been hating us for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. I had no idea he played quarterback for us, man. That's small world, man. Real small. Shout out to Coach.
Quick national talk before we get out of here, man. 45-31. Y'all better figure out that DB situation. Y'all gonna have some more rings get made. Better figure that out. Boy, Middle Tennessee State went up top, boy.
Man, did they? That's still fault. But anyway.
Yeah, some Miami fan somewhere in the comments probably saying something about Vandy, but it ain't the same, bro. Caitlin Clark and
same state.
We talking about this? Yeah, same state.
Same state.
God damn, boy, Tennessee calls them
It
some
is,
habits.
right?
I want some money off Vandy. And that was the double down. Let me make it nice. That'd be cool. We'll give my man a chance to get his money back.
But my chain when I'm riding through Tennessee, man. I don't want no problems.
Yeah, tuck it, man.
Yeah.
The basketball player situation.
Yeah, shout out to LSU for winning the national championship versus Iowa. But what do you think about the drummer, the face?
I come for the trash talk world, so it's cool. I mean, I do think the following around was a little over the top, but I mean, there ain't nothing for me to make a big deal about it because it's I just come from that type of shit, so it's common to me. You feel me? Like I don't know, man. It's just to see the outrage for this shit is a little bullshit. And of course, you see the two sides of it in regards to how they categorize certain things. Because Caitlyn been talking big shit throughout the whole damn tournament, like which I'm cool with. You feel me? She been talking big shit throughout the whole damn tournament, just waving people off and all that type of deal. Angel, and there's nothing. Angel been trolling. Angel got some. I think she got some real beef with Caitlyn because she been on Caitlyn head since she was playing at Maryland or whatever. Man, they had some videos of her talking shit.
They be playing together for so long. Like these kids be playing AAU together. They be very familiar with each other, bro. They don't be strangers at all. And players have.
And also women's, man, you got to play those. It's not like college where you can do one and done and that type of deal. Like it's actual that rivalry could brew over the years or whatnot. I like it. I think both of these ladies are coming back. If the NCAA, ESPN, whatever, they were smart. Like you could really market this shit into a phenomenal 2023-2024 season as far as headlining them two as far as a rivalry and that type of deal. But me personally, I'm cool with it as far as just a trash talk on both sides. That's just the name of the game, man. And we all know Angel, she talk her shit. Like even the other games, she talk her shit. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah, you can't talk shit. You can't be in the talk shit business then try to police everybody's shit talking. And Caitlyn took it fine. I think more of the fans and people that don't even watch women basketball.
Right. The general public reaction was with the fucking
That's
outrage.
my take.
Yeah.
If you watch women's sports or girls
they
sports
talking
shit. They so over the top, period. Like you watch a softball game, bro, they go crazy over everything. It's like, so that's just their style. So to me, I'm like, y'all just not familiar with the ladies' game. Especially at the collegiate level. Now, if we're at pro level, yeah, you don't really see that kind of stuff as much. But I definitely have seen so much collegiate stuff where they just super up over, like somebody smack a double, the whole dugout going cry, and they got pom-poms. Okay, cool. That's their way. That's how they do it. And then they gonna cry if they lose. You think what now?
I don't want to make it a sexist thing either, but there's a lot of trash talking dudes do on the basketball court, football, this, that, and other. And it's like whatever, because that's the common ground that comes to. But you look at the women, you want them to be,
ladies.
Nah, they fucking athletes. They athletes. They competitors. If you're an athlete, you've been through it. You understand what other athletes, you feel me, how they feel, no matter the gender, this, that, and other. So like. For instance, when I'm in high school, whatever, like I can relate to, or this in college, I can relate to the women's basketball team. I can relate to the softball team because they going through that same type of grind you are. They competing. Same journey. It's literally the same journey, man. So that's my thing on it.
Competition is just competition, and just because they women don't mean they ain't got egos. Women got egos as well, and their ego could be hurt. Their ego could get be involved in competition. It all gets riled up, bro. But I loved it, man. I have no problem with it. Did she follow her a little bit too much? Probably, but bro, if I won a championship and you've been talking greed, I'm gonna be hype, and I may follow you to the locker room. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Then you gonna get swung on. You don't follow me in the locker room. I'm gonna go all your shit.
That's a lot. It could have got. If she was doing that to the wrong athlete, it could have went physical because you can get emotional after an L, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So she took it like a G.
Yeah, me personally, I'd have slapped your hand. And like if you kept following me, then I would have just slapped your hand. Like, all right, man, do your thing.
Yeah. That's the least you can do. Like you feel me? You can't my damn face.
All right, bro, you did your thing. Okay, now. And then I'm gonna win something today. You keep on.
Caitlyn waving people off was my shit, though. I love doing that.
That shit was hilarious. That's some playground shit.
Yeah.
Shoot all day.
Once she did that shit, she for real.
Once she let her shoot.
Ain't never worse being told at the park.
Let him shoot.
And then you miss.
And bitch, you gotta shoot it. You gotta shoot it too. You gotta shoot it. You gotta
shoot it, bro. I remember playing one time, and a dude said that to me, bro. Cause I bullshit you not. I knocked down 4 threes in a row like that.
Got to.
His team was like, yo, guard him. And it's not that I'm just like this killer 3-point shooter, but again, like you said, I had to shoot it. He gave it to me, said it again. Like he said, I gotta believe it's real. I remember him saying that. It ain't real. After that fourth one, his team was ready to kill him. Like, bro, do not let this man shoot another one.
Oh my God, damn, right. For real, you about to cost us the game.
It's real.
It's like 10 downs, man. We can't lose.
Right, exactly, bro. You gave 4 of them up already.
Right.
Some people go 3s is 2. Shit, that's 8 points depending on the
we almost
game.
out of there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's how. Yeah, it was at the Y. We was playing your 3s 2s then. So yeah, I'm like, all right. I ain't the best at this, but shit, for some reason the rhythm's here, baby.
My
Keep letting
last
me
take
shoot if
on
you
that,
want to.
man, the loser blood shit about bringing both teams to the fucking White House is bullshit. Like, come on, at what point in the history of fucking going to the damn White House have both teams been invited to the goddamn White House? Man?
Everybody did good.
It was a perfect like situation like this is a perfect time to get your hate off. Like, and people be at the edge of their seat waiting to get some hatred off. So you just seen a lot of the takes and a lot of the opinions around it was just so hatred driven. You know what I'm saying? So you get to get a clear view of like how people feel like, bro, it's competition, it's basketball. And like Dave Portnoy and from Barstools calling her classless, I thought was just absolutely insane. Bro, you're in competition. Have you ever thumb wrestled before, dude? Because obviously, and who died and left you in charge of class? And I fucks with Barstool. I have no problem with Barstool, man. You know, like I think whatever he's built is very dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, congratulations to everything he's doing in the content world. But you are not in charge of class, bro.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, that's it. It's competition, man. I've never been a big shit talker. Usually you got to start me up. Other than that, I don't really talk too much. But I never cared about the shit talkers. Never cared. I know you. You ain't got to tell me. I seen you watch a game shit talking. I can't imagine you playing.
I'm a shit talking connoisseur, bro. One of my favorite shit talkers. I talked about it a little bit on the timeline, but and actually I ran into Anquan. We went to over the summer right before we played each other. We hung out in Pahokee a little bit. Mutual friends, mutual family. So I got to know him right before we played him that season. And bro, the shit talking leading up to that game, I thought I had a team. You know, like you ain't even go. You gonna forget that you playing on a team with no seniors. I'm big shit talking, but I learned a lesson that week, boy. Anquan is an elite shit talker, and they was up 56 zip. Coach was trying to get him off the field. He waving the coach off. I'm like, bruh, like, come on, dog. Y'all up 56.
No, they got to hear this.
Yeah, they got to hear this, bro. Like, these are the little giants, man. Who do y'all boys practice? He was saying all type of wild shit, man. We literally turned the ball over on first down 3 times in a row, bro. He came out there every time like, man, no way y'all practicing, bro. Y'all ain't doing this shit, man.
Just winging it, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So, you got to
get the film room, baby.
It's a part of the game, bro.
I always loved / hated the biggest shit talker. Richard Sherman, I hated him. Then he was a Niner. I loved him.
Big shit talker. Defensive backs got to shit talk. Like, if you playing DB, you got to get in the receiver head. Like, there's no way for you not to chirp. You got to be able to chirp when you're defensive back. So Richard Sherman, most time the best shit talkers in football are the DBs.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey. I like that. Like I said, it's, you know, I guess we put a bow on it.
Remember Ramsey did that shit in dude face?
Yeah.
Was that Miami?
Was it Walford, wasn't it?
He clapped in
tight
dude
end.
Face. Yeah. Clyde
Oh,
Walford.
Yeah.
It's all in the game, baby.
But yeah, we put a bow on it. Part of the game. You know, some of the racial dynamics that came out of it, it did definitely feel like, oh, this is that and that. And this, it's okay when you do it. It's a problem when they do it. I think, again, maybe a lot of people just out of touch with the level of competition and trash talk that comes with the game. But good on them. Shout out, again, to LSU girls team. Big C Pope.
And shout out to Caitlin, too, man. Like, the shit she was doing, like, a fucking dog, bro. Like, she's a dog. Like, even that Final Four game against South Carolina. South Carolina got some athletes. And I think Dawn kind of, I think she could do some different things coaching wise. And I think LSU, Kim, she's a really good coach. She did some things as far as, you know, stopping Caitlin. But Caitlin's a fucking dog, man. Like, she's a player. She was doing some stuff that hasn't been done in women's or men's basketball as far as this past season, man. She deserved her respect this year as well. Because that Iowa team, the motherfuckers wouldn't be in the NIT without Caitlin, bro. They're that damn bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost. Get them out of here. What Boosie said. Get them out of here. Come get them.
Hey, that was another thing, man. Shout out my boy Boosie, man. Boosie is Louisiana through and through, dog.
When Boosie called her Larry Bird, bro, Larry Bird daughter, I like to fucking died in my living room.
Larry Bird, come get your daughter.
Bro, I lost it.
My boy cutting the nets and all, man.
Yeah. Well, he the reason Fly J out there, too, so, you know, he's extra turned. That's her godfather.
Shout out to that, man.
Yeah. Big for the city, man. Big for both cities, man. Anything else? We up out of here.
We up out of here, man. It's the roll up. It's the vibes. Go follow us on each and every platform. Instagram. Y'all not following us. Y'all be saying this every week. Go follow us on Instagram. Go subscribe if you listen on Spotify. I don't care if you don't do YouTube. Make a YouTube account. Go subscribe. It help us. We need that love. It costs nothing to show love, man. Any shout outs, fellas? Or we out of here?
That was it. I had the LSU team. That was it for me. My city. I done shot us out like 17 times this show. So
This nigga say my city.
it is my city. I just left Savannah. I ain't been in Florida 6
Oh,
months.
I'm sorry. LSU, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm talking about because she from Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. My apologies.
Luke, Chrome, and Hawk, all that. Yeah, I've been shouting the city out all show.
You was bullish on the last year, saying that Savannah had no players, man.
Bears. Now I'm bullish.
He was going
Bears.
The market's changed. The market has changed. Hey, Larry got no problem admitting when he's wrong. If things change, I change with him. That's why I'm right back at FAMU.
Shout out to Ed Reed.
Yes, sir. Oh, man, they had a leather Letterman jacket. I almost ordered it, see. Oh, that thing was tough, boy.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to kill C with this one, boy.
Since you out of this, send me the link.
One time, the Miami hurt you can't switch basketball teams. I know you was gonna switch if y'all would have won in Natty, but it didn't happen, man. So
shout out to
yeah, they did a good job, both men and women, man. Great run. Oh yeah, I was definitely ready to sell out. Yeah, all my Duke stuff was going in the closet.
That's not a bad move.
This shit is crazy.
Bad
We got to end this show, man. You hear this, man?
Yeah, his closet nuts. I keep telling y'all, his closet is crazy.
My closet nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts, bro.
You got 4 teams and they 6 teams.
You in every time zone.
You still going? You 5, 6, 7.
I didn't know I had to count. I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
Niners, Duke, Miami, Houston Rockets, and Boston Red Sox. That's it. 5.
Oh my goodness, you very well with it, boy.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Remember, I'm on your Houston. All your Houston teams.
I grew up, bro. I was a Red Sox fan too. I grew up, bro.
I never changed. I was mature at a young age, though, so I don't know. I never had to change. Never changed. Let me go. I gotta go to work.
Yeah, we out of here, man.
We just talking shit,
vibes, man. See y'all next week. Like I said, follow us on everything to catch the short form content in between shows, man. Your Taylor Gang. We out.